seem like Traci, you guys, but Traci is in a very lot of pain, so she won't be here this morning. I want you guys specifically to pray for her sciatica problem. You know, she has RSD in one leg, and that's bad enough. But she's having the other issues, like she said, in her good leg. And so, you guys, you know, pray for her throughout the day. Is if you've ever had sciatic pain, lower back pain, really intense chronic pain anywhere, you know what it's like to suffer with it. And look at you. Look at you, Traci. I can't even talk about you behind your back. But I promise you guys, Traci's singing to each one of you right now. And I would say we're going to take just a moment. I can't pray again for you, Traci. I'm praying in here, but I can't start crying again. So I'm going to take a minute. So anybody in here, if you're praying people, take a moment and please pray for my Traci. You know, this morning when I was getting up, I was really, my shoulders hurt, everything hurt. And I woke up thinking, okay, you learn to wake up with pain. Some days is better, but some days is so bad. And I carry my laptop from my bedroom into the kitchen, and you think, what's a laptop to carry? Sometimes a laptop is really heavy in your shoulders when they're hurting. But hey, good morning, Sandi. And my friend that come over yesterday, I had a girls' day yesterday, and I've known her for a long time. I remember her mom's hospice bed, and the woman was laying on her back in her bed, and everything, shutting down. Good morning, Misha. And my friend didn't know this about her mom because she had moved out of state, and me and her sister were best friends. But I told her, I said, your mama, I said, was so kind to me when my brother killed himself. Well, then the very next year in February, my father-in-law, I believe it was January, February, my father-in-law was diagnosed with cancer. He went into the hospital, and during that time, my friend's mom was in her living room in a hospital bed with hospice. And I'd go over there to see her because that woman, I loved that woman. She would always just look at you like her daughter was talking about, like she could see straight through you. But she always had a kind, uplifting word. And I loved her. I mean, I have a pair of boots. I told her daughter yesterday, and she didn't know it. I said, yeah. I said, I was giving your mama's boots because her mom had a bigger foot. And I said, I love those boots. I said, I've actually wore the heels down on them, and I need to get them repaired. And I said, I cherish those. And I told her, I said, whenever I would go over and visit her, she would always ask, how's your father-in-law? Now, this is a woman that already knew she was in her last stages. And, you know, I'd sit there and talk with her and I'd tell her, well, he just made it 8 days from diagnosis to, you know, he didn't come out of the hospital. We didn't know he was that sick. It was just one of those things. And when he passed, when I went to see her, the first thing she asked is how everybody's holding up. How's your mother-in-law? And, you know, so much compassion from somebody that it was terrible. The pain, terrible, what she had to go through, through her last, you know, months, because she suffered a long time. And that was the only thing that I could think of was, I thank God that my father-in-law did not have to suffer for a year or more, or, you know, months. My brother, he only lasted a few months when he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. So I guess I want to start, you know, I didn't know what I was going to talk about today. But I guess it's about compassion. It's about being there for other people, you know, and understanding. You know, I told my friend yesterday, I said, I would keep this pain to be still in the same place I am now. All the things that's happened to me in my life, I can relate to other people out there because of it. And I told her, I said, chronic pain, I can relate because that's what I have. That's what Traci has. Good morning, Hetty. And Myra's fairly new. And, you know, I don't know what everybody else, what, you know, you guys are dealing with, but we're all dealing with something. Either you're not working, or you jump on your way to work, or you're listening. But a lot of people that are on YouTube are home because they can't work, but they work resale. And that, you know, I give kudos to those that are in pain and they do resale, and they work. Thank you, Hetty. They work to try to help their family. Derek, he's amazing. I mean, I always said, as I got to know him, he was like onions. That's what Donkey said on Shrek. Man, you like onions. You got all those layers, man. So Derek has so many different aspects, and I think we all do. And, you know, some people can make you laugh, some can make you cry in a good way. Derek makes us laugh. Traci knows that. You know, yesterday morning, wasn't nobody on yet. Wasn't nobody live yet. And I went back to do something to change something on the description or video. And when I didn't have the sound on. I'm like, what the crap was I laughing so hard about? So I went back to see, and it was just the fact that the three of us come on, nobody else was on, and Traci was she was singing to me, and then she was singing to Derek. And to me, it was just funny, you know. I could say funny as crap, you know, I love all of I love all my family, all my YouTube family. There's some things that I have to reach out to Traci about. There's things that I have to reach out to Derek about. And, you know, his wife's fine with that, and my husband's fine with it. And it's such a wonderful and great relationship. Tommy and Destiny, they have become such an important part of my life as well. And I talked about you guys yesterday to my friend. And at first I told her, I said, sometimes I don't even know why I'm here. I said, if it wasn't for Casey and it wasn't for Kevin, I don't know what in the world, I said, what my purpose would be. And then I stopped myself. I said, I can't say that anymore. I said, because I have people that love me, not just my family. I said, but I have a friend that lost 2 friends. And I said, it devastated her. And I'm kind of, Traci, I guess you're +1. If we had to go somewhere and our husbands didn't want to go, we would be each other's +1, as they say. So she sat there and we talked about that. And I said, sometimes I wonder the importance of doing what I do every morning. I said, but I do know what it is. I said, so when I get that in niggling about, what's the purpose? What's your, she said, no, you shut that down, girl. You shut that down right now. I said, I do. And she said, don't let your past define you, because she and I went through, we talked about a lot of stuff that I went through when I was younger. And, she's still putting together things that she carried into adulthood. Let me clear my throat. These pollen count here is awful. But, she is kind of finding herself as well. And she's younger than me, but still, she's finding herself. But she said, redefine yourself, darling. Don't let that define who you are now. And, I told her, I said, I try to bring joy. And I told her about John. I don't know if John's on, if he's listening or whatever, because, you can't, something's going on with this StreamYard that you can't see all of the chats, and I can't pull up. I'm not able to pull up on my phone. And Derek is like a drawing South. Are you from the South End? Oh, because that's what they used to say in the South, that you stepped on a rusty nail or something. You didn't go to the doctor. You just wrapped something on it to draw the poison out. But yeah, my friend works for, like I said, home health. She's MawMaw's nurse, and that's how we reconnected. I mean, when she come up, got out of the car one day out back, and I was out back, and oh my gosh, it was like seeing her mom. And I just stood there and I didn't know what to say. And I said, I called her name, and she said, yeah, that's me. And I told her, I said, it really, excuse me, I said, it struck me how much you look like your mom. I said, it took me off guard. And let me pull up mine so I can get the chats up to date. Oh my goodness, it's not even showing on my phone that we're live. Okay. But, what she does in home health, going in different houses and stuff, God has gifted her with the ability to look at the caregivers. And good morning. That's my SIL. Look, tell my Pixie baby to come on in. When I know she's got to get her coffee, she's got to get woke up and all that. But I am so glad to see my SIL, I don't know if you're listening. Biden said your name. No, yes, because I love you. So she has she'll sit there and ask the caregivers what, and she'll look just like this intense. What do you need? She said, we come by and take care of them. She said, but what do you need? Because the caregivers in the house sometimes get stressed. And and bless her heart, she'll say, and that's okay. I wish I could interview her, but she'd say, and that's okay. It's okay to be stressed. Thank you, Sandi. And that's why I told her I try to bring to the table. I told her, I said, when I described what I do, I said, I just want, look, good morning, Craig. I didn't want to end that sentence with, I just want Craig. Good morning, Willow. Look, our singer needs prayer. Our singer in the morning, Traci, she is hurting so bad, so she needs our prayers. And when I say so bad, if you've ever had such intense pain in one leg, say your right leg, and then of all things, your sciatica acts up on the left side. So that is double. So that is, I had that the other day where I had sciatica on both sides. What I told her that I wanted to bring to the table as far as my life, I said, because of all the things I've been through, I try to bring happiness. I try to bring joy. I try to bring, if it's nothing but somebody stops by and they say, I understand that I'm going through that too. I met because of Derek told me to put DIY in my descriptions, meet other people that create things. And for me to kind of get in that part too. And as I did, I was blown away yesterday when I clicked on somebody's, I can't think of her name, but it was one of her older videos, and she's way up in the thousands. But it was chronic pain and organizing with chronic pain. I'm like, are you serious? And I had just, I had talked about that, about how I had to get all my stuff in order in a certain way. And I told her that on a video I'd watched the other day. I left a comment. Well, this was back from 2 years ago, a video. And I'm like, well, Lord, I needed to know that. Well, Hetty, thank you. I'm just me. I'm little old me. And we have to do and say, and help other people. And that's why as soon as my Pixie gets her, let me mute real quick and turn my camera. Let me turn my camera off and mute. Just a minute. All right. That's my husband coming in. I think he just had to feed Bonnie a couple pieces of bacon. Is that what you did? You guys, that man treats that baby coming back there so good. But I'm reading I don't know anything, Willow, that you want to ask. All right, you hear people talk of MawMaw. MawMaw is Xshydovex. You'll see her in Joy's stuff. You'll see her all over the place. But that's my mother-in-law. And we all live here together. Me and my husband and my son Casey. And like right now, my son Casey has taken MawMaw to the doctor. She was in the hospital all last week. And so, you know, we're all her caregiver. And you know, there's a lot of emotions that go through when, you know, when somebody when they have a fall, or heck, now I'm the one. Good morning, my darling. You know, one day I'm gonna have Darlene on here. Okay, so Willow, yes, MawMaw's connected to me, and let me mute real quick. I muted. There was like traffic coming in. MawMaw's back home. Casey's back home. Good. LizzAnn says she'll pop in a little bit because she's driving. And so yes, Casey took MawMaw to the doctor. Monday, Keithan took her to the foot doctor. So, and Casey usually drives me to my doctor visit. So, you know, it's 3 generations in the house, and you know, you don't. So yeah, you know, Willow, it's just what we do, and but you know what? I don't get speechless very often, you guys. I know. I'll find out. Oh, I'm gonna let you fix your coffee first. And Willow, this is another thing. This is a coffee center for everybody. And so, all right. You guys, one moment. You guys, I have gotten so used to having. Yes, it is in full busies this morning. Hi, Denise. I guess I'm so used to having somebody else that will jump in there when I mute. But yeah, the whole, you know, I told my friend yesterday, I said, you know, what you do has to, she is in pain, and she had to cut back her hours. And, you know, I told her, I said, the job that you do, going in and out of houses, and you guys, one moment. But I had told my friend, I said, what you do is a big job. I said, going in and out of different people's houses. I said, taking care of different people, getting in and out of your car over and over is a big thing. Traci, look, you are hurting, woman.
Good morning to Traci.
She's hurting too bad.
Good morning to everybody in the chat that I missed already. Good morning to everybody in the chat that I missed already.
Woman,
I'm hurting and I'm probably going to get up and down because I can't sit for more than a couple minutes. It's killing me. But I just feel bad. I just see you on there and happen to mute and I just feel bad and I feel like I need to help my friend.
well, it's just been, it was just like a busy morning this morning. Usually MawMaw's asleep and Casey's asleep and everybody's asleep and
Yeah. I'm here. I'm just standing and leaning over my stinking. Ugh. Can't take this in my right side. I'm used to left side pain, but this right side pain is about to kill me.
that's what, I told them. I said, sciatica's bad enough, but when you have it on both, when you're hurting on both sides, as intense as anybody can imagine, lower back pain.
Mm-hmm. And the problem, I can, when my sciatica on my left side flares up, I can put my fist into the spot that hurts and kind of loosen it up a little bit. I can't do that on the right side because my stimulator battery is right in the spot I need to do that to.
I was not thinking about that. Everybody said good morning. I didn't think about that. See, I keep forgetting about your butt battery, as we call it.
Got my booty battery.
Do you want to leave her in here?
Yeah, she can come and go.
Let me sing to MawMaw so she can hear me. Can she hear me? Good morning to MawMaw. Good morning to you. Good morning to MawMaw. Good morning to you. I love you, MawMaw.
Oh, the puppy got jealous. She come running in here.
Uh-huh.
But me and my friend yesterday touched on so many bases of understanding. And I told her, I said, hey, I just make it to where it is what it is. I said, we kind of don't call it taboo. Used to, you didn't tell people your pains and aches. Well, there's somebody else worse off. Hey, there is other people worse off.
Look how old I got. Look at the difference.
How what?
Look how old I got.
Old?
Between this picture right there with the boys and me now.
Wait, that's you in the middle?
Yeah,
Why
that's
do I not
me.
realize that's you in the middle?
That's me in the middle. Of course, it's been like, I don't know, like that's been, oh my gosh, at least 8 or 9 years. But my hair's pulled back.
That's what it is.
Then. So
I
my
love your hair color now. I love your hair color. All right, there's LizzAnn.
Good morning, LizzAnn.
Good morning. Oh, I'm glad to see your smiling face, Traci.
Well, thank you. I am up and down, in and out. I'm in miserable pain, but I'm gonna hang around for a minute. Hi, Debbie. I am
Hey, Debbie.
up and down. I'm in miserable pain, but I'm gonna hang around for a minute. Hi, Debbie.
Hi.
Oh.
This is what I did yesterday.
Awesome.
That's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
I love it.
Turn off the wrong one.
Somebody's got
Thank
their
you.
what to do.
That was me.
Oh,
It was Debbie.
Wow.
Fixed it. I'm done
All right.
turned it off.
Willow said, that we can deal mute moments. I get full on sciatica as I start coming due to my next spinal injections, and my right side becomes compromised.
Mm-hmm.
Hand no working right, hands not working right, and her legs get wonky.
Yeah, that's just it. My legs are wonky today.
My body
I
is
have
wonky
seen a
today.
chiropractor, Darlene B.
Yeah,
But right now, I don't right now, and it's only because of not driving because of the medication. So it's just such a difficult thing to get a ride all the time. And I don't like to be an inconvenience.
I know that one.
I
Yeah.
was
I'm a
so
goer. I like to go, and I can't go if I can't drive.
Yeah. I just
Yeah,
don't
I
like to be an inconvenience all the time and ask people for a ride. I mean, I do have to go run an errand and get some aluminum pans. I have to make from scratch the secret family recipe baked beans for the wedding on Saturday, which I got to go today to get the pans because I got to do that tomorrow because I will need a day of rest in between because that takes a whole day.
Yeah.
Good morning
Gotta
to
take it easy.
Jennifer. Good morning to you. Good morning to Jennifer. Good morning to you. Yeah, it takes a whole day.
Hello.
Those suckers got to bake like 8 hours after you've cooked them too on top of the stove and added all the spices and all the flavoring and all that stuff. Then they got to bake for 8 hours. So
Wow.
I got to do that and have a day in between. Good morning, Memphis Matt. Good morning to you. Good morning, Memphis Matt. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt.
Brooklyn. I see you too.
My
You know,
Darlene,
Morning.
chiropractor won't touch my back. You
Got so much going on. I can't believe
yeah.
they would.
He told me a few years ago, I think when I was still working, that there was little that he could do for me. And after
Just
he
make it
looked at
worse.
my take the truth.
Good morning, the truth. Good morning to you. Good morning, the truth. Good morning to you.
hey, Craig at Land Shark Picker. Good morning.
Both of your sciatic nerves.
So, so I have a doctor's appointment. I have a doctor's appointment on this next Wednesday on the 11th, and
Okay.
it's with a spinal surgeon. So he'll either do something about it or he'll say, well, we can just do epidural. It didn't work that 4 years ago, and it's worse now than it was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
So, I sit here sometimes and I can't be still. I will sometimes, Tracy, probably understand, and all of you, I'll put my hands sometimes under my butt and or under both sides, and I'll kind of rock. And a good reputation is more valuable than money. Thank you,
Amen, Matt.
Yep.
This morning I was thinking, because you guys know sometimes I go in my prayer closet, and I had came in here and didn't. So I sat here and prayed before on. And Tracy, when I got your message, you guys, I was like, okay, all right. Let me wipe my eyes.
Yeah.
Let me put on my mascara, because Tracy's a part of me. And I told my friend yesterday, I said things just happen for a reason.
Yes, they do.
I was reading Willow. But
Right now I'm sitting on the edge and pushing against that spot that hurts, because sometimes you push. It helps to relax a little bit. That's why I feel like if I could just get it to relax, it would be. Oh,
Yeah.
North Carolina,
Mhm.
South Carolina.
Going back to, caregivers, it's,
but
you
I just
might
need to
not
stay
know,
away.
because the nurse said yesterday, well, my friend, she's my friend yesterday, not the nurse. She said she goes in houses to where people are by themselves.
Uh-huh.
And she said they are in terrible, they're in terrible condition, but they're themselves because they don't have anybody that will, that they have nobody.
Yep.
So
Either
in
they have
this
no one
day
to
and
fulfill, or
age,
they have no one that can.
in this day and age, if you have family, if you have friends, if you have people that care about you, then count yourself blessed.
Yeah, who would have known in February that we would all become such good friends now?
Really, isn't that the truth?
Good morning, Lynn. Yeah, and it's grown.
Good
And
morning, Pearlini. Good morning to you. Good morning, Pearlini. Good morning to you.
Hi, Lynn.
and it's grown.
Yeah.
And I know, look, you guys, I know that I don't have 1,000 subs. I like knowing everybody that comes in. Um, I like meeting people, and
Mhm.
I love, not like, but I love. And
Mm-hmm.
I miss you guys when you're not here.
It's cool to
Mhm.
have girlfriends that we can just hang with, and guy friends, without
Mhm.
having to go to a bar, without having to get in the car, without having to get all dressed up, without having to put
Right.
on airs about who we are. We're just who we are. And it's freeing. It really is. And if
Right.
somebody doesn't get along with you or you don't like them, you can say a prayer for them, or you can just walk away without any reoccurrence of the problem. So I find it
Exactly.
to be extremely liberating, extremely.
Yes.
And it's
And
And you can
also
actually hear each
healing.
other talk.
Huh?
You can actually hear each other talk. You
Yeah,
go to some
exactly.
venue somewhere. You're all
you
together,
know,
but you can't talk.
I was thinking, I was trying to think, what did people used to do? People used to write letters. And when I believe the gift of letter writing
Oh
is
yeah.
gone, because it's so easy, send an email or send a text. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I still have letters me and my friend from high school wrote, and I found them. And it would be like 3 pages.
Yeah.
And I'm sure if she wrote 3 pages, I probably sent back 6. Because I had kids at the time, and I'm like, I probably poured out everything going on with me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Denise,
It's almost like a journal.
Denise, I'm glad. I am happy that you have an early morning thing to, and that's the thing. That was the thing for each of us. It gave us something to get up out of bed and to
Right.
do.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
in the beginning we didn't always have our clothes on. We still were in pajamas a lot of times.
Thank you for
well,
clarifying that, Tracy.
I will admit, even when my friend come yesterday, I said, "Hey, I'm not dressed except for the waist up. I had on my pajama bottom." I said, "But
Mhm.
hey, they didn't know that." So,
Yeah.
and today I do have on blue jeans. I got on my Geanna. I have on my Geanna clothes, and this shirt's really cute. The colors, I wouldn't have thought the colors would be pretty, but I like these colors.
I
Oh
like
yeah.
that color blue.
It's from
It's pretty.
Love Your Heart. Run, Crank Your Heart Ride. It was I guess for a heart thing, 2017.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's I noticed this morning when I was putting this on that this shirt has a date too, and I kind of laughed. It's from October 11th, 2003. I should put it on 2011. Let me get it over here. You
Making
probably can't
straws.
hardly see it because it's wore up.
Cool.
2003, I could put this thing on Etsy.
Well,
It's almost vintage.
Close.
and
Close.
you guys, the pain, the blessings, all of that comes back around, you know.
Mhm.
That's why I didn't really do a topic because it really wasn't meant to. We all come to together we found each other. Good morning, T. We found each other somehow,
Yep.
and
Good morning to T. Good morning to you. Good morning to T. Good morning to you.
see it's slipping up on me. I'm having to watch, but
Yeah, God brought
this
us all together.
morning I was trying to think. All right, what am I going to wear? Not short sleeves. Look, kiss my little red hen. And one day, I say this every time. One day, I'm
I
gonna have
think
my
Debbie's
robe.
trying to get somebody's attention.
No, I'm trying to do a high five with you, LizzAnn.
Oh, okay. I'm not. Well, okay, let's try this again.
Face it outwards.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
a
let's
high
try this.
five.
Nope, this way.
No, the other way.
Okay. No.
There you
There
go.
Look,
we go.
LizzAnn looks like she's doing a windshield wiper.
Mm.
Is that a new dance to do in your car?
Did you say it was okay to wear jammies though still?
All right.
Darlene, did you say it was okay to wear jammies now?
Sure.
It's always okay.
Good, because I don't do dressing up until afternoon. I refuse.
Willow,
Go ahead.
Well, I have to
Willow,
get out anyway, so
I have the same thing about clothes. Like this morning when I put this shirt on, I thought it's going to be too tight, but no, it's not. And my arms and shoulders are hurting so bad. When I put this shirt on, it made my shoulders feel better.
That's why I have a shawl back here that my daughter made me. I cover up with that in the morning when I first get up.
Debbie, I'm trying to. All right. I don't know, Lynn, what's going on with the notifications. I have to seek out people. And it's weird. I have to seek out people and see if they're live.
I do too.
It's such a delay now.
yeah.
Willow, I have said the same. All right, Willow says she has a skin condition, so wearing clothes is quite painful. She likes to wear very loose spaghetti strap. And
I have to pick my clothing carefully.
And see, Willow, I'm the same way, and I tell people that, or I tell doctors.
Amen, Willow. I do the same thing. First thing that comes off is the bra through the sleeve.
But see, I can't wear those most of the time, and I'm not, and I'm lucky that I'm not. I'm trying to think of it's a woman's group, a well endowed.
Mhm.
So
Boosted.
it hurts. It hurts to wear those. The clothes have to be soft, and this shirt, when I put it on, like I said, I get hand-me-downs, and it just so happens the hand-me-downs fit each time, and they're comfortable. So God knows what I need. And these blue jean things are they're like blue jeans, but yet they're like leggings. So they compress my legs in a good way. They come up my back just to where my back hurts.
Good.
So it's like I'm putting on compression socks for somebody that has maybe neuropathy.
I did something else I want to share. Can I share one other thing?
Yeah.
I thought of y'all when I did this. Well, when I found it, I did a whole series of these and sold them back when I was doing my graphics artwork. But you might want to focus in on this. It's kind of cute.
All right, hold it. Oh, look how cute.
Yeah.
Did you draw
And
that one?
I did not draw it. Most pencil did. However, I did all of the coloring and stuff on on Facebook or
Look.
Photoshop, and did the sign and everything that goes with it. A little girl that was 7 said that to her mother one day, and I picked up on it. But
Well, can you
this
copy
shoe-
that? Can you take a picture of that with your phone and message it to me?
how about if I send you one?
Yes, please. I love that.
Also, on the envelope,
That's
I have the same picture
That's
on the
awesome.
envelope.
Aw.
This is what I
that's
used to do
adorable.
to make money, and you can see on the back I had it registered and all of that. And my business
Cool.
was soap and rags, but also my graphics business was, you'll love this, PMS Enterprises.
Oh, that's
And the
so
little shoes
pretty.
are glossy. The little shoes are like patent leather. They're so cute. But
It
I did
is.
that one, and then I did one without any saying on it whatsoever. Let me take it out of the box. Oh, and I've got one with somewhere. I've got one with a Chihuahua. I can't find my Chihuahua one,
Oh,
and he's got a fun
that
necklace.
would be cool.
So, but anyway, come on, girl. Don't be so stubborn. This one's done the same way with the same black leather, patent leather shoes. You can see that those.
Oh my goodness.
Which one do you
Oh,
like the
cute.
best? The one with the saying or the one without?
I like that one.
I like the
Okay.
Chihuahua one.
I don't have a one up yet. You crazy woman. Okay, Darlene, there is a package of these. I think it's a pack of 8 what I made. And I'm going to send you the entire pack of them.
Oh,
So you get that, but you don't see, I'm still working on your surprise. And it's a steampunk surprise, but I can't do anything yet enough to do what I need to do, because it's not only it's good and time consuming for me, but it's also some of it's kind of hard on the hand. But anyway, if you will PM me your address, honey, I will send these out to you.
all right. And I want to explain, and everybody that's out there, all right. Matt said something very, he's talking about a weighted blanket. I told who did I tell the other day when they were talking about their fibro? Somebody in person was talking about their fibro being real bad. I said, even if you're hot, even if you have to stick your foot out from under the cover, I sleep on a fuzzy cover, and then I have to have a fuzzy cover on top of me. It's a, it is, it just, if I don't have that bottom fuzzy, I have to have it to feel like it's just like this, what, I can't find my words, and it's
Like a cocoon around you, a soft cocoon.
yeah, it's the weirdest thing ever, because you
I
would
have
think,
to be really careful about clothing texture, blanket texture, all of that PJ texture, especially because, yeah, if it's not comfortable on my leg, I hang it up. I've given more stuff to my mom and my aunt because I buy it. It seems like it would be all right. I wear it once. It just doesn't feel good on my leg. So then I just give it to them.
Yeah.
And speaking of my aunt, that was my aunt. She just got a brand new refrigerator 1 month ago. And it is not working. Her freezer is 30 degrees. The ice is melting. Her food is thawing. I was like, she was the one that was going to take me to get the pans. I said, if they can come out and fix your refrigerator, get your refrigerator fixed. I'll find a way to get the dang pans.
well, we had a comes in 3 type of deal. We had our refrigerator went out, then our stove went out, and then I think our wash machine went out. I'm like, it was our stove, wash machine, the stove, refrigerator, and washer. And I'm like, okay, that's in 3s. They said things just happen in 3s, so we should be good for a while. So Willow,
Yeah, it is still under warranty, but they're giving her a hard time telling her that they can't come out to look at it even until Saturday. I said, when they call you back, you tell them. Because they said they could bring her a loaner that she could put in her garage. Well, if you can come out and bring a loaner, then you can look at the one that I got.
If it's brand new, you can replace the son of a gun. Come on, guys. I mean, there is a 30-day or a 60 or 90-day warranty on refrigerators.
It hasn't even been a month because she just had her kitchen. She just got all new appliances from this place. It's not like she just bought the fridge.
I would tell them, I've got a 30-day or a warranty on this. You bring it back, and I want a new one. I wouldn't even handle that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I get upset over
I told her. I was like, that's crazy.
He's the kind of girl.
I don't know what I'm doing right now, but the way I'm sitting right now, my pain is like controlled. I can't move.
Don't move.
I'm not moving.
What did you say, LizzAnn? Because I didn't hear you, sweetheart.
I said, Debbie is the kind of person you want in your corner when you need an advocate. Hi, Debbie.
Yeah.
You're my best friend
I've offered
now.
it more than once, believe me. And I've done it more than once.
You
Do you know
guys,
how many cars I bought?
everybody on here,
feel
like
you,
if you have chronic pain and you have a hard time getting things done, I posted the woman that talked about how to get organized, you know, with your chronic pain, because most of us are either resellers, crafters, or even you, Traci, you do your coloring and all that, and you have to do your housework.
Yeah,
So I put it under crafting with the crawlies, and I might have put it under my regular book. She tells little tidbits on how to help you get things done. And I mean, it was so neat how she said it. You have one paper for the day. You have 3 colors. The first color is something small you can accomplish in this time frame. Then she has another color that said, it's pretty much how your pain is. Try to get, just use this amount of time. Just use this amount of time. And she said, most of us have enough clothes. We don't have to wash every week. She said, don't feel like you have to do laundry every day.
And it wears out your clothes, because then you end up only wearing certain ones and the rest of them just sit there.
So then she had one, it said, on a good day, on one of your days that you feel great, she said, don't do anything past 45 minutes. And it said 0 to 45 minutes, and then it said rest. She said, I didn't do this one in red because red means stop. She said, but no, this is your pink day. She said, you have to take those breaks or you'll overdo it. And all the things she said, I'm like, oh yeah. So this morning, before I started, I took some things off my table, put them in my Rolly crafting thing. I got them off the table. And all right. So this is what Matt says, in case you guys can't see the chat. When things don't go our way, do we have trouble keeping our cool? How can we use our interactions with people in our community, especially when things go poorly, to minister to them?
I think by acting like a Christian and keeping your cool. You shouldn't have trouble. I mean, even if you have to stop, take a deep breath, blow it out, act like a Christian, treat them the way you would want to be treated. And I think that helps to minister to them, to help you to minister to them. You have to treat them with love and respect.
Now, driving, do you know there's some of the most cool-headed people, but when they get behind that wheel, they have road rage. Most of the time, I don't, because I don't drive very often. Most of the time, it's to the store, something small. However, There's sometimes I have to breathe and I have to say, I would be driving, I'm like, Lord, not this morning. Not today.
Don't move, Tracy, don't move.
I'm not. I'm just leaning over, trying to stretch that back out.
Good
Matt,
morning, Mama. I see you on. Hello.
Matt, I am going to interview you one day. Casey even has a he did a thumbnail for, it says interview in progress or something like that, or say Christian interview in progress, or yeah. I'll interview you one day when you get comfortable to come on cam. I'd love to interview you because I wrote the stuff that you went over with me and Destiny, and I still look at it, the stuff that I wrote down, and I think I touched base on it live. LizzAnn, Fran, well, she can't check her messenger, MawMaw. She's driving.
Ugh.
Oh no, I parked. I'm waiting for my
All
husband.
right, MawMaw said check your messenger.
In the chat?
She said messenger.
Okay, let me see if I can. Oh, okay. Okay. Get out.
That, yeah.
Mama, the
Can't
other
decide
one
where I
on the
want to be.
panel,
Let's see.
Darlene.
You know, all right, now the fuzzy blankets, when they lose their fuzzy, some of them feel so good, but they're like a sweatshirt. You know, you can have oh my goodness, a sweatshirt that feels so good, and then the inside of it starts knotting up, you know.
Mhm.
Can't wear those sweatshirts anymore. So I had a fuzzy blanket. I got two of them and sewed them together. So, yeah, that one I gave to my puppy. I'm like, It feels like little, little knots all in it. And I'm like, no, I can't sleep on this anymore. So that's the blanket that Bailey brings, and she keeps
Yeah.
she keeps her blanket in here under the table.
Mm-hmm.
Good, Matt. All right, next Wednesday. I'd like to do it on a Thursday. So maybe next Thursday. Let me get with you to see what your schedule. I can message you on Facebook since I have you on my Facebook, and we can do that because I'd really love to know, because you have a wealth of information. So I know that you had to be raised in church, and you have a good composure with those older women, and even okay. And I could do that. That'd be very interesting. And then people can know who Memphis Matt is. Oh, that's right. I forgot that you was not raising, but see, you got your wealth of knowledge about all of it.
The Holy Spirit has brought. That's one of his spiritual gifts.
It's yeah, and we've all been incorporated, and I used to tell people, I said, well, you're all crawlies now. So we're all kind of incorporated, and that's why I enjoy Willow. I forget where I find some people, and I forget why some people, I'm like, wow, I've got to come back and listen. That's right. Yeah. He was injured. He's a He was a police officer. Young man.
Oh, wow.
But he loves to talk about God. He loves to talk about God, and what God has
Awesome.
shown him and done in his life. And
Everybody's coming out.
Matt, I even went back. Yeah, he's
To leave me
37, same
alone,
age
Darlene,
as.
with everybody else.
Oh, that's fine.
I've got to go.
That's fine.
I'm gonna have to go, and
Okay.
we're gonna be taking the monthly shot after we after after he gets in the car and everything, and it'll be coming out in a second now. But we'll be taking baby to that for her shot, and so then back first though before we do that.
I
So
don't
I'm
even
gonna
want
have
to
to
hear
let you guys
McDonald's.
go.
I want a doggone mocha.
I won't be popping
I
in
want a
when
mocha.
I get home because I'm not going to be home.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Well, that makes sense.
anyways, and
Love you,
y'all have a blessed
LizzAnn.
day.
Love you too, Liz.
You too.
Thank you, everybody in the chat. Y'all have a blessed, and hopefully we'll see you tomorrow. And God willing, and the creek don't rise, as they always used to say way back in the day.
Yep.
My family didn't heard the expression. Okay, y'all have a blessed day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Oy vey. Do you have nephews that are police officers, Darlene? I have one. I have a nephew that's a police officer. And my son is a reserve police officer, so kind of. And my other son's in the Army Reserve, so there's always that. So my aunt did talk to them. They're bringing her a loaner. I told her to call them back. They told her they couldn't come out till Saturday to actually repair her refrigerator. And I said, with all the things that she's had to have done with this refrigerator, they've already been out to repair it once already. She hasn't even had it a month. I said, call them back and tell them to just order you a brand new one. It's still under warranty. You don't want this one. Order you a new one. Leave the loaner in your garage. You can use that. It's an inconvenience, but she can use that until the new one comes in.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what she's going to do. She said, all right, I think I will. I'm like, yeah, give them heck. You spent a lot of money in their store.
And if they don't want to give it to her, you tell them, fine, I don't want it. I'm returning it. Come pick it up. And I want credit back on my account for this. I'm done.
Yep.
You buy it somewhere else. Make sure you get your money back though. Yeah, definitely. Because all places, refrigerators are one of those things that are marked up stupid. The actual cost of a refrigerator, a brand spanking new one with all the fancy gizmos except the computerization, is about actual hard cost to make them are about $400 for the really good ones. And they're charging $1,200, $1,500, $1,900. If we as consumers don't fight back and make them take their problems, I mean, once you've got a problem, you're going to have a problem after problem after problem. It's obvious.
That's what I told her.
So she needs to take that back and say, okay, look, we've tried it your way. Now we're going to do it my way. Thank you very much. Let's solve the problem and get it done. You know, you got to be nice to them. You got to be almost so sweet that when you get off the phone, you go in and regurgitate your feelings. But
well, she's a very, my aunt is not aggressive. A over like Traci, but she is very kind. She wouldn't raise her voice, so she'll be good. She'll be good.
Do you know you get more attention when you go to a retailer and you speak softly and you tell them and you look them in the eye and you say, I'm sorry, but this is not an acceptable situation. How can we fix it? And they'll just go, And if you say, if you would like some assistance with this, here's what I suggest. It's under warranty. You'll get your money back. How about a refund and give me another refrigerator? Thank you. And I'm going to say, no, you're right.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
get yelled, and they can't get mad at you for that. And I have learned you don't have to be nasty to get your way, ever.
Mm-mm.
The sweeter you are, the more honey you'll get.
Yeah.
I don't know, Debbie. I think some people that would know me, if I talk like that, they'd be like, "Oh my gosh, she's about to
What
shoot
the
us or
heck?
something."
Yeah, exactly.
Go off the edge.
My daughter, when we first got her home, before we adopted her, Bob and I would go to her and say, Izzy, your attitude is not acceptable. And we talked to her so soft that she'd have to really lean in to listen. And she'd get mad. She says, why don't you guys just yell at me? It's easier if you just yell at me. Then I understand you're mad. I said, no, we're not going to raise our voices at you. We don't have a need to. She goes, but I like it better. I said, I don't care. It's not the way we write. This isn't it. This isn't right for you to do that. She has learned now negotiation skills beyond belief. This girl is good. She now critiques me when I do things. So, yeah, I will say a prayer for your aunt so that you can get a new fridge. So what you doing today, Darlene?
I am going to sit in my rolly chair
Yay.
in my craft room, which the rolly chair doesn't have a back because, it's one of those chairs, office chairs that messed up, and I think I got it from KC. But hey there, Ricardo.
Hi, Ricardo.
But the way I wanted my room in there set up was where I could sit in that chair and roll and I have the way that room is in there. I have something on all, it's like a L. No, it's like that way.
A U shape? A U shape?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then even behind me on the back walls, I have my jars and I have a cabinet. I want it to where I can sit in my chair and kind of roll to what I need. And really, when I start looking for something in particular, it looks like chaos in there. But what I'll do, I'll sit in that chair and I'll think. And then I'll slowly look around to try to figure out where it's at. So after watching, I keep calling her, the Clutter Pixie. That's the name of her channel, the Clutter Pixie. And so when she was explaining about organizing stuff, I'm like, okay, I can sit there and I can do one thing at a time and do it easy, because the stuff to organize in there is not hard to organize. The sitting in that lower chair, because right now, when we bought this dining room set, I bought it with cooking in mind. I bought it knowing that my back hurt. I think I got it right when I come out of work or right before, but it's stomach level. It's high. The chairs are high. And I thought, well, those would be easier to sit down in and easier to get out of. Matt said, do we know that God will never call us to something that he hasn't perfectly suited us for? Matt, that's why I guess I do what I'm doing.
Me too.
I feel like not doing it. I'm like, well, I'm here for a reason, sitting here talking about this for a reason. But I bought this table that way. The chairs are high to where me and MawMaw don't have to struggle to get up, struggle to get down. And like right now, I have a small ladder. It's just like a 1-2 rung thing plus a top that you shouldn't stand on if you try to get something. Right now I have I move my feet on it. I can push it away from me if I need to, pull it back to me if I need to. But sitting in a lower chair, like when I do during Porch church, that hurts worse. I don't, for some reason. But this morning when I get off of here, I will go in there and just do some little things in that room. I will take my computer in there. I'll put on my praise music, or somebody's. I might find somebody that's online.
You're right.
Thank you, Matt.
You're right, darling. You do a great job here, and it makes everybody happy. I start my morning with you guys because it puts me into a place of, Debbie, look, you got it made. This will work for you. You can do this, and I get that positive attitude from you. So thank you, my friend.
Well, thank you. And that was all due to Derek, was it not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I appreciate him more than anybody knows. I know that if I could adopt him as my son, I would do so in a heartbeat. I really would. He is a good man. And just to reiterate, he did these pieces for Insight. He did 2 switch plates. I'm the only one that's bid on them. That's sad. They're beautiful switch plates. They're very artistic. They're going to go in my craft room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got them? Yay.
I haven't got them yet. I've bid on them. The bidding doesn't stop until the 26th. So I encourage people to bid, even if it's against me. I would rather have them bid on it because he put a lot of time and effort into that, and it's hard for him. And I'm appreciative of his artistic stuff,
And he doesn't dwell on things.
No, he does not. And he has a right to, but he does not.
Yeah. And I put I said one day, well, he knows everything, ask Derek, he knows it all. But when I said that, I'm like, it didn't come out like the way I meant it, because somebody laughed. I said, no. I said, that's not being sarcastic. I said, it's amazing what he knows.
Yes.
Throw a movie out there, he's going to know. Throw a song out there, he's going to.
As you know, anybody that's got a disability that is extreme, they will find something else to focus on to keep their mind off of what they've got going on. And the reason they do that is to be able to live. And because he has all that knowledge, he's like a walking trivia machine. And I told him, I said, you can do a trivia show too. You don't have to just do auctions.
Yeah.
And or races, but he's decided, and I agree with him, not to overdo it. He's going to only do his basic shows, and that's what he should do. And I told him, I said, coming on that many times a week, get your name out there. Yeah, people think it's great, but you know what? They don't live your life, and they don't know the pain and the struggles you go through, and it's a lot of work.
But I knew his pain. I could see his tiredness when he would be on.
Oh my gosh, he was getting so exhausted.
Yes. And there are times that in the middle of the day, I will text message him and say, how's my bud doing? What you doing?
Yeah.
How are you feeling? I'm not doing good right now. Why not? I just don't feel well. Go lay down and turn this damn phone off. And that's what I tell him.
Where's that? My swear
okay, no, I didn't say a bad word. How do you know I wasn't talking about a water dam? You just don't know.
Well, I warmed up some breakfast. I'm eating my favorite vegetable for breakfast.
Chocolate?
Lima beans.
Oh my Lord, girl. Oh,
I love them.
That's my favorite vegetable is lima beans.
Willow took me in the kitchen with her. Willow, you gonna fix me breakfast?
Yes, MawMaw, he's a wonderful man, and I love him to pieces too. I think he's great.
See you later, Myra.
Bye, Myra.
Bye, Myra.
Oh, please be safe if you're in the path. Please be safe. Prayers go to everyone that is in that thing.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I am so we are blessed that it's
from minute to minute.
where we're supposed to. So I'm glad. I can't wait till I can get back to my crocheting. Huh?
I never tried fried lima beans.
You said fried or tried?
Love lima beans fried, Perlini said.
How do you
Yeah.
fry them and make them taste
Right.
good?
I used to love corn. I would, if I cooked it the night before, like, canned corn with a lot of butter in it.
Got to have butter with corn.
If there was leftovers, I put it in the refrigerator, even corn on the cob I would eat it the next morning, cold, especially the corn on the cob. But
Yeah.
I can't eat corn on the cob. I can't eat corn hardly anymore. I can eat
Yeah, I
cream
have a hard time with corn, but I still can eat my lima beans. I love lima beans.
Well, you can corner the market on that because I'll give you all of the ones that were intended for me by the big guy upstairs because I sure don't like them. You can have all you want, girl. We won't run out. I trust me. That won't. No, my grandmother. That's the only thing I was forced to eat that I couldn't get over. I never used to like Brussels sprouts. Now I love them. Same thing with green peas and I love broccoli. I always have. And then the Brussels sprouts. My grandma got me to eat them because they're like baby cabbages. So she used to tell me they were baby cabbages.
I love those as well. That was one of my favorite things.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I'd say in the past year, something shifted. I can't eat Brussels sprouts, and I can't eat corn. It's from my lap band surgery. I don't know what
Because
shifted.
it doesn't go down or what?
I don't know. It's
You
weird.
chew it. I mean, you have to pulverize it to the point where it's ridiculously small
Yeah.
before you can get it to go down. Sometimes the corn coverings or the skin on the corn itself won't digest, and that will come back up on you.
Yeah.
And even with I can cook my Brussels sprouts so soft, but it still could be the covering thing. If something flips the right way over the opening, like my straw, it's the size of my straw, the opening.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
If something sits just a certain way on it, and it's not like it's not like somebody can say, "Well, take a drink of water and push it down."
Oh my gosh, no, that'll make it come right up.
Yep. Yeah. And you'd think I would be this big, but for some reason, I know it's not the great thing to grab, but I've never been a sweets person, but I crave them now. I think because being hypoglycemic, I start feeling my sugar drop, and it's like I have to have something.
And you get a little on the dizzy side, a little lightheaded, and you feel a little unstable. That's your hypoglycemia for sure.
Yeah. And that could be some of the brain fog or some of the times that I can't think straight and have my words. Good morning, Raven.
What you need to do, hon, is to get some hard candy like the sealed at the Dollar Tree. You can buy like buttered rum, all sealed individually, Lifesavers, and you can suck on one of those, and those will enter your system quick enough without overdosing you on sugar.
Oh, girl, what I'd want if I have one right now, some of that soft peppermint, the little bitty.
I love them.
Ooh-wee. But I also have honey back there, and sometimes I'll make a hot tea with honey because I like unsweet tea, black coffee. I done forgot. Speaking of which, no, let me pour this out. I done made me some. Oh, I done made my coffee. Now it's cold and it don't taste right. Heat it up, but Ricardo pinto beans. I love.
I like pinto beans.
I love pinto beans, red beans, black beans, white beans, navy beans.
You just don't like lima beans.
Not lima beans.
Pinto beans. I mean, and people don't. That's refried beans. I love them. I love it. And then even the canned, like sometimes in the chip section, you have the bean dip. People don't realize that's pinto beans, but bean dip.
A can of beans and put your own stuff in it. My daughter does that.
That's what I do. I mash my own pinto beans and put my own flavoring in them to make refried beans.
When I first had, like, right after I had my my lap band surgery, and I had to be extra careful during that first, 6 months first of what I ate. And I mean, my weight dropped. My weight dropped way too fast. I dropped, oh my gosh, from 255 to 180 in a matter of a couple of months.
Yep.
Wow.
And so when I would have to go get food for everybody, I couldn't eat nothing. I mean, there was just certain things I could eat. So what I would do before I'd go get their food, I would go through Taco Bell, or I think it's Taco Bell,
Taco
and
Bell, yeah, and the little tub.
a little thing of their beans and cheese,
Mhm.
Yeah, I love that.
and I would be able to eat that.
Mhm.
So
And that's good protein.
and that would be it. And see, now my protein a lot of times comes from yogurt. I try to keep yogurt because I know, some people, I know it has sugars, but
Doesn't have to. I'm going to show you the good yogurt. Just a minute.
I love Greek yogurt, and I love that it has a lot of protein in it,
Yeah.
and cottage cheese. I could just sit there. If I can't
I like
eat what everybody else is eating, I can eat cottage cheese and I'm fine.
I like cottage cheese with, this gonna sound silly, but this is how I like it the best. I like cottage cheese with a few pieces of canned peaches in it.
My mom used to do it that way. And pears. She
Yeah.
would do
I love
cottage
it.
cheese and pears.
Yeah.
Me, when I was pregnant with Tiffany, I did salt, what I didn't need. I would take the Ruffles potato chips and dig in cottage cheese.
Mm.
Oh, I see that. I've seen that in the store. Is it good?
Definitely check it out.
I
There are
can't
no
say.
sugars in this, and all I do is add honey to it.
I did that the other day to the plain, because they had it on sale, some plain yogurt,
But it has.
and
I
I'm
looked
like,
for 30 minutes. This is the best one I could find at the grocery store. I looked for 30 minutes. There is absolutely nothing in this, but here, let me tell you the ingredients. Pasteurized grade A ultra filtered non-fat milk, pasteurized grade A milk, yogurt cultures. That is all that's in this. It's gluten-free. There's no added sugars. The sodium is only at 10 milligrams. Carbs are only at 2. You've got, I take it back. There's 2 grams, but it's natural sugar that is in the milk that causes it to have 2 grams of sugar. And there's 18 grams of protein for a 2/3 cup serving. That's about 2 of those little buckets that you get at the store that are flavored. This is the best for you physically, okay?
I know, but it's so expensive. Look, when I go down this is what I do when I go down the yogurt aisle, and Mama says I do good on buying groceries.
4 servings for $4.98. Now break that down. That's $1.25 a tub that you normally would pay.
Yeah, but I look down the aisle, and if there's marked down yogurt, I go ahead and get it. As it might be 99 cents. And I did that the other day, and it was plain, and I'm like, okay, let me get some honey. So the other night, I couldn't eat what everybody else was eating.
Yep.
So I got that plain yogurt and put me some honey in it. And I would have never thought that had I not started eating Noosa yogurt. Noosa yogurt is made with honey.
Yeah.
They don't use sugar, they use honey.
Yep.
Oh,
this is put out by Yo Play, so it's a good yogurt company, but this is your basic, absolutely best that I could find on the market. And I watched a guy on YouTube that does food that is natural food, good food for you, and what to eat, what not to eat. He hasn't run across this yet, but the stuff that he was looking at was half this size, and they were $6.95 a tub. This one was $4.98, and it gives me 4 2/3 of a cup servings, which is about a little bit over a half a cup is what you get, or you get a half cup or less on the regular yogurts. This, and it doesn't taste bitter. It doesn't taste runny. It's thick. In fact, my last serving is in here now. But, and so I'm just going to eat it because it's here. But look at it's thick.
Look, Tracy, what was Derek eating yesterday? Was he eating donuts?
Probably.
Look, I did not even realize we were laughing and talking, and it wasn't until I went back and I'm sitting there and I'm like,
That or marshmallows.
I'm like, what is he eating? I'm like, is that a donut? And it was something in the pack. I said, and I'm like this, you guys. I'm gonna show you. This is how I was looking at my screen. I'll show you. This used to drive my friend crazy when I'd be looking at my screen. I'd be like, what is he eating? What is that? And I'm talking to myself because Kevin he ain't paying me no attention. And I'm like, really? Are you eating the ice cream or are you eating donuts? Now, hey, I ain't saying nothing because you guys know yesterday morning, my husband hooked me up with the M&Ms and hooked me up with a Snickers bar. So
Will says that he was tossing back Hostess mini chocolate donuts.
I thought so.
Holy crap, holy.
You guys, I tell you what, I don't know what I would do. And, sometimes at night every night, I fall asleep with my computer on my stomach. And usually I'll just be playing a game. And after my medicine kicks in, it's like 1 minute I'm playing my game. The next minute, Kevin is waking me up telling me, Darlene, put your computer down. Put your computer up, Darlene. So, I'll kind of ease it down by my bed, but I have dropped it doing that. And I'm thinking, oh, please don't let it be broke. But that's awful that I think I'm like these kids now with their phones. You can't operate without that phone. What if that phone breaks and people will be like, oh my gosh, my phone broke. I got to get another one. You guys, I mean, there's only so much I could do. I mean, a friend of mine gave me this LG phone, and I am thankful to her. I use it.
Good phone.
I use it for. I don't have cell phone service, but I use it for Wi-Fi. If I get in a predicament, it's with me. 911.
Yeah.
All cell
You
phones
can always
are
call
like
that, yeah.
And I do the short videos I do. I usually do them on that because I can't figure out where to do them from my laptop. And then sometimes like doing Derek showing his artwork, there was a scratchy sound and it took me a minute to figure it out, but I uploaded it anyway. But I can do short videos and then go back and erase them on the phone because that phone doesn't have much space either. I need to get me another card. Oh no. How did you act? Oh, you was asleep and you was timing people out.
Here must have been like by the button.
Yeah, Willow, my laptop actually, what happened, Ricardo? Let me see.
He said his stomach was hurting.
Oh. I thought his stomach was hurting from laughing at about Derek.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I will have my laptop on my stomach, Willow. And sometimes I will be watching
Excuse me.
either Kimmy's channel, like when Kimmy and Destiny and all them would be on the same channel late at night and being silly.
Mm-hmm.
I would be laughing and I'm trying to giggle without waking Kevin up. And my laptop would be jumping all, and I'm like, okay, you guys are making my laptop jump right off into the floor. but it's good to be able to go to see. I figured you
Ricardo said his stomach was hurting thinking of lima beans. I'm done eating them.
But yeah, I'll put my earbud in and listen and just be laughing and but trying to make it because I wouldn't want Keaton to say, "What are you doing?"
Mm-hmm.
And I have went on in bed, jump in there and I'll be covered up with my cover and just to jump in there and say, "Hey, everybody," and jump back out. But, it's all in fun. Most of the time I go to bed early. Last night, 10:30, I think it was, I had already taken my medicine. I said, I got to come out of everything except my game. And that kind of helped me go to sleep.
I
Matt, I'll send you my address. I'll send you my address through Messenger.
Don't forget your address too, honey.
You fixing to lay down, Traci?
yeah, I gotta go pace or something. I gotta move.
Yeah.
Move it, because it's
Yeah.
hurting. I don't know what to do to make it better. It's just frustrating.
No,
Punch a pillow.
Punch a pillow. I can do that.
I can't tell you, Traci, because pop, maybe lay down and see if you can prop. What I do is put my pillow behind
Under your, yeah,
a certain spot to try to prop off that nerve.
yeah.
I don't, you know what, Traci, when it comes to that, it's hard to tell somebody
It's
because we
just
know.
hard to get it to relieve, and that's the worst part of all. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pop out because I'll try to turn it on my phone, but I've got to move, and sometimes if I'm just pacing back and forth, at least I can tolerate it.
All right. Well, I love you.
I
And
love
you know
you.
what? Thank you for even coming on with me, girl. That was a big thing.
I love you. Love you,
I
Debbie.
know. And I love
Love
you,
you too,
Traci.
Traci.
Love you, everybody in the chat.
It's a wrist. Darn, I hope Traci feels better.
She won't until she goes to the doctor. I didn't think about that, Willow. Because you know what? After my shoulder surgery, there was a thing they had me do to where I had to stand a certain way and just let my arm dangle. Not me purposely swinging it, but just let it dangle on its own. And that helped. And I do that with the other side. I didn't think about that with my back and my legs. I sure didn't. And this table right here, you guys, I'm telling you, say a prayer for Traci.
I always do.
She will come on and sing to you guys.
When she's in excruciating pain.
She had already sent me a message this morning that she couldn't come on and how bad she was hurting.
Bless her heart. For real.
And she came on anyway and sang to you guys. So God brings different people in our lives at different times.
She's a good gal and really hardly ever complains about anything. And she's there for everybody. But sometimes she just did, which I'm proud of her for, she has to take care of herself too. She doesn't take care of herself. You can only do so much with our prayers and stuff. She's got to relax or stretch out whatever she needs. That's what she needs to do. Another thing to bend over, darling, is your couch back. If you've got a couch, lean over your couch back.
I don't even have the couch. The way our house is, we're having to we don't have a living room. We basically it's like it's an old house and it has two front doors. And so one front door is Casey's room, one front door is our room. And, a lot of people would think Oh my goodness, so people have to come through. Yes, people. I try not to invade Casey's because Casey's got the best room to see. But that's why I'm saying I'm just who I am. People that know me know that I have, we come in the kitchen. We sit at the kitchen. If I need to take pressure off, I have somebody, Geanna. Geanna gave me one of the like lounge chair things, a zero gravity that you
Yeah,
can,
a teeter hanger thing.
man, I tell
Yeah.
you, I spent all last summer on that sucker before I started YouTube. And I have before when it was so hot, even though our pool is out of commission, I have laid down on the hot sidewalk, not sidewalk, concrete.
Yeah.
I have laid on the hot concrete. Yeah, I do have a straight back chair too. Yeah, and that's why it is what it is. And then they go through my bathroom to MawMaw's room because I got over the house situation when we had home help coming 3 and 4 times a week. There were times, this is when MawMaw they really didn't want to let her out of the hospital. But they had the respiratory therapist coming. Then they had another type of nurse. Sometimes it'd be 3 different people in one day.
Oh my.
Yeah. I mean, it was that serious.
Wow.
And so I got to know each of them. Some of them I tell to come up the back and back door, but then it got to be, come on through. Now my puppy loves attention, so I have to hold her back because, but I had a nurse explain yesterday that came. She said she had just left a house that did not have air conditioning.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
And she was having to wrap their legs and sit in the floor. And she said she almost felt like she was going to pass out. And, that's why I had to give them kudos. I said, you guys are going into these different houses.
You don't know what's there.
Yeah. And so I said, you're going up and down steps. You're getting in and out of your car. You're getting down on the floor to wrap somebody's feet. You can't complain if their house is dirty. You got to go in whatever the situation is. So you guys, I have to hand it to them. Sandi, I asked MawMaw. MawMaw heard from her. And I think she's still waiting. I don't know. I don't know if she's had that procedure yet, but I will check Lynn. And Lynn, I think you have my email, and I have yours, so I will email because Lynn doesn't like Facebook. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
Yes, Matt, challenge me.
Be right back. I got something for Lynn. There you go, Lynn. Ruby says hi.
All right. I see. All right. I just now seen Denise's. All right. Denise's leg pain is the worst until I get my pain pump changed out and the catheter put back into the right place. I won't get any relief. Gosh, I love y'all so much. Denise, we can talk about it. A lot of people will say, oh my gosh, I get tired of, here it comes. Somebody's going to talk about their pain, but you know what? I mean, this is a safe place. Somebody's not going to tell you, okay, well, we don't want to hear about your pain. We want happy and all. Well, guess what? We can still be happy. We can still laugh. We still work around that. We'll talk about pain, then we get on another subject. And, you know, what is it, Mama? What door? You didn't ask him what door or tell him what door?
No, he usually comes to the front, though. Used to. Justin.
Yeah,
Yeah, he used to come.
he used to come to the back.
Well, if
I'll
you
just
knock on the
wait.
back door, we'll open the door.
Well, I won't hear him if he knocks on the front door. Okay. The therapist is coming. Justin. See, I like him too. He's real nice. All right. Oh, yes, Matt. Okay. That's the thing that I saved. Matt, explain the different biblical things of the word THINK. Because he did a Facebook live with me and Destiny. It was a private StreamYard with it was me, him, and Destiny. And I was writing away, you guys. I will not lie. I was writing down this point and that point he said, and I still have it, and I still look at it, and I think I talked about it in one of my things, in one of yeah, we are just who we are.
Ruby says hello, Wello. You said hello, so she says hello. And yes, she likes yogurt, but she's not supposed to have it. But I give her something every once in a while, don't I? Okay.
Yeah, Ruby's so beautiful.
She's a pick, aren't you? You're just a little picker. She keeps me grounded, I'll tell you that. And we'll throw this away.
You guys, I did not realize, Denise, that like who listens, and that's why you've got to always be mindful, not only if you're in public. We know we have to be mindful of what we say and how we treat people here. But we have to do that too, whether we're going through the drive-through or we're at the grocery store. You know, we try to be so politically correct and do so many things when you're on live, and people say, well, the people that come on live ain't really how they are. You don't really know how they are, but this is how I am. And if somebody was sitting in here at the kitchen table, they would tell you, yeah, she sure is. She don't never shut up.
Can you say that about me? You've talked to me privately. Am I the same I am in person?
Girl, you were in the hospital in all kind of stuff, and you looked and you said, no, I want to know about you. And I'm like, but you're the one that's in the hospital bed. I don't care. I want to know what's wrong. She sure did, you guys. She called me out, had me crying.
Oh, I didn't mean to make you cry. I'm the same person inside, outside, sideways, and whichever. And you get what you get with me. I mean, you look at my videos, I'm the same way. I'm right there. This is who I am, what I am, and why I am. And I'm here because I love you, darling, and you struck a chord with me when I first saw you. Derek brought me on live. I wasn't ready for that, but it's okay. I did it anyway, and I'm glad I did, because now look what you've done. You created this monster.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, your fault. All your fault. We're going to blame it all on Darlene. Ruby, blame it on Darlene. Yeah. But no, I mean, some people are phony on YouTube and they get an adrenaline out of being phony. I don't. Been there, done that, wrote the book. Don't care about adrenaline no more. Don't care about being phony. Care about people. And some
You
people
know,
are really close to me. You guys are close to me.
I some mornings, like today, when I put on my war paint, I forget who used to call it that. I think my dad used to.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time he'd tell me, you need to go back in there and take some of that off. And I never was an excessive on my makeup. My makeup now is actually more excessive than it ever has been.
Get older, we
and
need it.
and I just it's because I enjoy getting up and doing that. It's
Mhm.
just something that's fun to me to do. I just didn't. I got to where when I worked, I didn't wear makeup. I wore jeans. And I got sloppy.
Mhm.
Well, by then, oh, I would, Matt. But by then, it's like right now, I'm I am moving and twitching and hurting. So at 12 o'clock, there's no way I could. Any other time, I would. But like Tracy, I'm having a really bad day.
Well, why don't we cut it short, girl? Let you get some rest.
I was listening. Can you see the chat, Debbie?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Who we looking at?
Denise.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Oh,
Matt, you know me. I love talking about my Jesus.
mm-hmm.
Love talking about my Jesus.
Absolutely right, Denise. Absolutely. That is perfect. And you too, Matt. Everything is perfect as it is for the moment because that's the way it was designed. We may not agree with perfection, but we are perfection in our own right.
Yeah, I had rolled up this blanket at my back. I rolled it up to
Mhm.
be in my lower back because that's one of the things
Lumbar.
I found. One of the things I found was that what he called it scoliosis of the spine. I have that severe curve, so that makes sense. Um, but we give me just a second. Poor Tracy, she knew I was struggling. I've gotten so used to having my life, looking at somebody. And this is the same as if you're sitting across the table. If none of you, if you guys have always been in the chat, you guys get to see us. And it's almost like you guys are sitting at a table and you can hear us. And every now and then you guys will tell us something, but we don't get to see you, facial expressions and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I love the interaction, the facial expressions and one of the things I miss about, and I have to say Google Hangouts, I had just learned it. We had nine on the panel one day. We had a blast, and that was the day that I accidentally I was comfortable. I put the link out there. We had some people that jumped in and they were pornographic and
Mm.
it just hurt my heart and I had to hurry up and I had to erase it.
Mhm.
I think that might be the only one I've ever had to erase. But
It is what it is. You're going to have the devil. You're going to have Satan, the dark side, whatever you want to call it for your own belief system. It's going to be knocking on you really hard for a long time, and it's going to get worse, not better, because we are in end times, and the Lord does have a real war going on,
oh,
and we are winning it. We are winning it, and the dark side will not get through. It's over with. You know, it's like it's all done, but the writing and the dying of what's happened. We are winning because we are stronger.
We have Style with Pat on, and she's one of my new ones. I go to her channel, and she's creative, and I love the creative. The
Glad to meet you, Style with Pat. I've never seen you before, and he's a conure. His name is
Uh-oh.
Ruby.
All right, you let them know who that is while I let the doctor in.
Okay, well, this is Ruby. Ruby's a conure. Ruby is a spoiled little bird who says,
I
"Give me
was
a kiss."
getting up. I was just slow going.
And
She'll be with you. She's in the bathroom.
Hey,
Oh my
puppy's
God.
grown, my gosh.
so, anyway, that's Ruby, guys. So with Pat, I'm going to look up your channel. Sounds like a fun place to go. I'm going to come join you eventually. Let's see.
Oh, the doctor did a home visit, or?
Well, not the doctor.
Same here.
Nurses. And then I have a friend that's a nurse that usually comes by, but she took the day off and she came by. And we
Did I
had
see
a little
Sandy? Sandy's in the room. Hi, Sandy.
your
We
head.
haven't seen you so long.
Yeah.
Darlene, Sandy Brown's in the room.
At least she's submissive.
She's very submissive. Yes.
Sandy Brown's in the room.
Go back and wait on her room, I guess.
You can.
How's she doing? She got one less toenail. Is that what I'm
Yeah.
She's not in the
Oh, why don't come here. Let him by.
If she is, she's got the light off.
You better come here and let him by. My puppy loves attention. She's
All
gonna,
of them do. I know. I've got.
but she's built like a Mack truck.
That's very true.
All right, let me shut the gate.
I hope you all are having a great morning too. I really do. And Matt, I know your restraint is something that is challenging you right at the moment, but you are so good at what you're doing. This is my second or third time at seeing you in a room. So congratulations with that. And I can't wait to hear more what you have to say.
Actually, looks good on the dome.
Good morning, Casey.
Debbie.
Good morning, Debbie.
Love you, Casey.
Love you. How are you feeling?
I am doing a lot better. Thank you for your prayers, my friend.
That is very good. I see your friend on your shoulder.
Oh, yes. Well, the other thing is, this is the broken wrist, and I've been having to exercise it and for up and down movement, and I'm getting it. I mean, I couldn't move it when I came out of the hospital, but look at that. That's pretty good, according to what the doctor told me. So I do that throughout the day, and then I put it on the ice pack while I'm waiting in between. So I'm going to be fine. I'm going to knock this one in the bud and get on with my life. It was only a temporary sit back, and I think I know why. Lord wanted me to slow down and get to know things better and take time to smell the roses, which I don't do very often, but I am now.
Me and Mom can't smell the roses, otherwise we go into like anaphylactic shock.
Oh gosh, I understand.
The pollen count for Alabama right now, well, for our area, is all the way in the red. I mean, all the way, and it's got all of us.
You know, I read, I think it was on one of the Alabama websites. It said that Chambers County, the county we live in, had the highest pollen count in the nation, and also the highest rate of chlamydia.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I won't ever send you guys fresh flowers now.
Matt, I'll go ahead and do it today, but I can't now. Let me look. I had to let Justin. I know I like Justin. He's he's the one to get MawMaw up and make her walk. I'm scrolling up, Matt. Oh, thank you. Matt said that you are awesome. I didn't, Matt. I was trying to look. There's been so much going on, and with Casey just getting back from taking MawMaw, he's not. He can't do Porch church. See, I was so proud while MawMaw's in the hospital and I wasn't here that Casey went ahead and did it. And I would turn it on and listen to him at the hospital. And that's the first time. Usually he won't do it if I'm not here. And the way he put it was all true Casey. He said, well, I just feel naked here doing this without Mama here. And I was sitting in the hospital. I got tickled. I'm like, no, he didn't just say that. But he carried on and he did it. And that's something that if I don't have anybody on with me, I have to just, come on. And then sometimes I struggle. I know Saturday, Derek come on because I was having one of those days to where I couldn't think straight. And now that you guys talk about my blood sugar could be doing it.
Mhm.
Because I will not be able to find words. And then once I get frustrated like that, I start having an anxiety attack. You guys might not realize that, but my cheeks got so red, Debbie. I was showing what all I got from, my package from John, Dad's Vintage Treasures. I love John. And I was opening that and I was trying to think of something and I couldn't find the word. Derek jumped in with me. So it stopped my anxiety.
Of course. That's the whole point. That's what friends are for.
Oh, you said that like him. You sounded like Derek.
Oh, great. Now I'm going to start finishing his sentences and we're going to be in trouble.
We've done that.
I told him, I says, I'm your mother from a different father and another mother. Okay.
He and I have done that. And I'll be like, oh, we got to quit doing that. Yeah, Lynn, that's what happened when you was watching that.
And she's a snugglebird at this time of the morning, guys. You don't hear her when she gets mad. She won't shut up if I'm talking.
And she might be like Mr. Pickles. Maybe, Mr. Pickles, I can calm him down. He likes to hear me, but if I'm upset, if I'm talking with Destiny through Facebook and I'm upset, he does not like that. All right, Matt, what do we want to give away? Matt said, let's make this fun. Let's do a giveaway.
Oh, wow. You're going to give something away, Matt? How sweet.
All right. Willow, my little dog, she's bulldog. She looks like she's 100%, but she's not. But her head comes up to, I would say, my knee, which you'd think, oh, that's a medium-sized dog, but she's built. And when she swipes by me sometimes, I have to be careful or she'll swipe me. Barbecue fish burgers. I'll send out some exclusive Memphis seasoning.
Wow.
Oh.
I love Memphis barbecue, even though I'm in Texas. Don't tell anybody I said that. They'll kill me.
I have what I've been seasoning with recently has been, they call it Memphis, Huey seasoning. Yeah, Willow, I've never had a dog though. Well, except my Jack Russell. But this is the first dog that is so in tune to me. And when I say she licked my whole tears away Saturday. And if she thinks I'm upset, she jumps right up there and she has these. Let me see what this is, Matt, that I have.
This bird knows if I'm in a good mood. If I'm in a good mood, she will cuddle the heck out of me. If I'm in a bad mood, she is a nippy little girl. She'll bite my ear. She'll pinch my neck. She never bites hard enough anymore to draw blood, but she used to. You have to get them to the point where they trust you. But you can tell she doesn't really look scared, does she?
I don't think this is no. I don't think this is expensive, but let me. All right, this seasoning, like this. All right, I love. Look, you guys, this camera, everybody. All right,
Just look
I
at your
love
camera and aim it towards your camera, not at your computer. You'll figure it out real easy that way. It's the way I have to do it.
you do it
Put it
as
in the light,
that,
put it
but
in front of the light. There you go. Perfect.
yeah, that is so good. I don't even know why I even picked it up to use it, but it's got just enough, a little bite of heat and just enough sweetness. Will you go on, Lynn? Oh, Pat's. You guys check out Pat's. If you guys have not been to her her YouTube channel, go to it. Everybody. Well, Matt, you're gonna have to send me some of that too. Go to each other's channel because there's a reason that people come here because until Derek, I didn't sell anything. Now I am going to start making stuff to sell, but I'm not. That's not what my channel was going to be. That because Casey said, "Mom, you need to create things and just auction it off at the end like Sandi does." Aw. But what I'll do is I'll make the stuff I want to sell. I'll do on YouTube, or anybody can ask me about it. I can show it, and then because I don't know if I want to go. Pat, you do stuff like that, so I'll have to get with you on the side too to ask about how you market what you do. But eventually I would like a little bit of income. I would like a little bit that just enough to maybe buy some more little hats because I do like art supplies and stuff. And I think that's what tickled me when John sent the finger puppets. It was, I love the shells. And bye, Pat. You have a great day. You have a great day.
Too. Crazy bird. Just call me Nest Head.
Well, the cat, when my husband comes home, he's like he's dipped in catnip. She will not leave him alone. She'll get on his shoulders, and she's not a little cat. She's heavy. And then they grab on with their claws. But yes, I don't know how I will sell stuff, but
You'll figure it out. It will come to you. Things will come because that's what happens to me. Every time I list something, it sells, but I don't list it unless I move to do it. So I recently just listed a child's porta potty, a training toilet.
Yeah.
They don't really have them anymore like this. It's a Fisher Price. I bought it for my other granddaughter when she was 18 months, and then she moved. We never took it out of the box. I've had it for 15 years. Dome. So now it's a vintage porta potty that still plays music. Never been out of the box.
Oh, wow. So what did you... Okay, Matt said if the winner feels safer, they can send you their address, and I can send it to you to send to them. All right,
how do we get chosen?
Yeah.
I feel like we need to do the Jeopardy thing. Dee 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 dee.
Yes, yes, then we have a cat. Yes, then we have a raccoon.
Okay, how do we play this game, Matt? What a nice guy. Going to pay for all the shipping too. Woohoo! You ask him, Ruby. I don't want to. Come here. You talk. You talk. Can you say pretty bird? No? You just being a good girl today? Dang, bird. Okay.
I went ahead and drank my coffee cold. All right, Matt, we're waiting on you.
Matt, you didn't run away, did you? I scared him. I should have never sung live. Uh-oh, trouble now.
Oh, we done heard you sing live.
No, not for real sing. You've heard it on tape from Derek.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got such a birthday surprise for that boy. I hope that I can get y'all together and give him his birthday surprise. We'll probably do it on a private a private chat, but you'll have to see this, Darlene. It's going to embarrass him to blazes, and it's not dirty. I'm going to make that boy blush.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
I am going to break my rule for you, Matt. Because when I revamped my show, I had to do women only except Tuesdays and Fridays.
I vote for Matt now too.
So I am going to, and then we won't be on too long because I'm going to get in there. See, I'll talk to Matt on the side. So, all right, there you go, Matt. I haven't seen him in person though. His camera was messed up. That's
okay. Now we get to see him in person, and you got somebody here to help you.
Oh, Lynn, tomorrow's her son's birthday. How old is Lynn? Because I always thought I didn't realize Lynn was my age. I think Lynn's my age.
Willow, it will be fun. It won't be bad. It's just fun. Anybody that wants, I just can't put it out publicly to, that's the word I'm looking for. I can't put it out publicly on YouTube because they will copyright strike me. So if I do a private, they won't. And I will invite everybody I know to come. We'll have a little quickie happy birthday for Derek because his birthday is, I believe, the 17th. So we'll have to do that. That'll be fun. And he deserves it. He's always there for everybody else, you know?
Oh, I thought you would mean you. Yeah, and I keep telling people I'm 55. And you know what? That's fine because, you know, I mean, I'm 54. I'll be 55 October 10th. So I'm
so
just
your son's going to be 28? Wow.
No, Lynn's son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Lynn's son's going to be 28.
Yeah, my baby's 30.
My baby's 17. Let me tell you how much that hurts. Oh, and no, it wasn't a natural situation that was occurring. You wouldn't believe how many women, when I'm in the grocery store and they go, "Is that your daughter?" "Yep, that's my daughter." And then they look at me and they go, "Oh." I said, "No, we adopted."
Well, my next door neighbor,
I'm bad.
She was older than me, her and her husband, and her daughter was a year older than Tiffany, her son a year older than Casey. They were like right next door to us. And she told me that when he was real little, people would say, "Oh, is that your grandbaby?" So think about that.
Mm-hmm.
So that would get off with her.
Yeah,
it looks the same. I mean, I told her after all these years, she ain't changed a bit.
My granddaughter and my daughter's 43 going on 44, and my granddaughter is 17 going on 18. They both get along like bread and butter, which is a good thing. And they do things together like go to shows and shopping and all that kind of thing, which takes a lot of the burden off of me because I can't drive her everywhere. She's been too dang lazy to get her driver's license. She's been working too hard. Oh, I didn't tell you the good parts. Guess what they offered her last night at school, after school?
What?
You can go to classes twice a week after school to the local CTC, which is community college. And when she graduates, she will have 18 credit hours and the ability to get her teaching certificate to teach children from pre-K to like 5th grade.
Oh, wow.
17.
That's great.
Well, and I told her, I said, that's better than flipping burgers at McDonald's,
Yes.
you know, and then you can still do your other college stuff on the side when you get to the point where you know what you want to do. And they're going to pay for it. It's all free. We don't have to pay a dime for any of that. And so I'm excited for her because they picked a few kids and put them up for this. And she says, I think I'm going to do it. And I said, you'd be crazy not to. It will lead you to where you need to be.
Oh, yeah.
If you feel strong about it, go for it. So she's going.
Willow said everyone has always thought she's older than she really is. She'll be 50 in September 26th, half century mark. You know, when I turned 50, it was so much fun at work. These people, they brought me a cane. They brought me this little gift, little gag gift that had, it says spare parts in it, and they gave me all kind of stuff, and I've used most of it, and that's what's so funny is I've used most of the stuff that they gave me. Hey, I have no shame.
Me neither.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl.
C or CC.
And Willow, that's not old, baby girl. I just turned 69, y'all. Don't tell anybody.
No, that's hard to believe. And you, all right, let me tell you guys, I was going to do something with my hair, so I asked my husband, oh, you guys, there's my love, Treasured Vintage.
Hi, Treasured Vintage.
That is my love. She has been, oh my gosh, one of the first jewelry people that I met when Casey started jewelry a year ago. That's Angie.
Uh-huh.
And Angie would sing on our channel sometimes, and on the Porch Church. And I love her to pieces. And she swears she can't sing, but I love it. I love it very much. Last night, you guys, I told my husband, if I can get this, I'd rather do this than do my hair, because I was going to get my hair foiled. I've only done it one other time, but foiled and cut, because it comes down to my booty. But I said, it's about the same thing. He said, well, yeah, you can go ahead and get it. I got me a lot from Donatella last night. And well, Memphis, all right. Angie, I changed it to Christian Womanhood on Wednesdays, and Memphis Matt wants to come on, but he's not on yet.
Well,
this was kind of Debbie. I mean, Angie. Today was kind of up in the air. I guess last week, and then last night. All right, let me see, Angie. You can listen, and we'll see what Matt is going to bring to the table.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Uh-oh. All right, Matt, where you at? All right.
Is the microphone working? Yep, he turned it off because he.
No, I did it. All right.
Oh, good. Okay.
Matt, we can't see or hear you. Okay, I'll turn. Matt, we can't see or hear you. It's just static.
Try again. I meant him to log off and log on. There you go. Try again. Sometimes it takes 2 tries because StreamYard is still growing. I do like that they added this chat on the side, though. That makes it nice for us, don't you think?
Yes. So, Angie, this morning I was. Oh, his name. So you know who he is, Angie?
I'll be right back.
Because I had to ask Derek. Let me see. Come on, Matt. Oh, Angie, one time he asked, could he talk offline? Could he talk offline? And I was like, oh, you know, I didn't know who he was. Wait. Oh, wait. All right, man, you are staticky. All I hear is static. All right, I hear static. All right, Matt. All I hear is static. But everybody's saying, hey, Matt. Give thumbs up whenever you get it.
Yep. I will. Already have. You're kind. I'm gonna rub on you.
There he is.
It's still static.
Make sure that you turn your old YouTube off.
She loves everybody, Justin.
That's a good thing.
All right, let the it's still static. Oh, okay. Let me let Justin out. I'll be right back.
Matt, one way to help that static is to turn off the voice on the old YouTube that you were on, so that when you're on the StreamYard, it's not coming back through. Earphones aren't important on StreamYard.
Yeah, hers was old age. I used to have the other one.
Well, this was the puppy though. When I was
That's not-
coming last time, this was the puppy.
I'm sure, yeah. Because how long has it been since you been?
6 months.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
We
Someone
got
like
her
I'm
in
just guessing.
December, yeah.
Yeah, it was an obnoxious little puppy that was hard to keep in the house.
So yeah, she
Yeah, she's well mannered but meek, real timid.
she has her blankets. But yeah, she now she gets low on her daddy, but we're gonna
Okay.
But you guys, just a minute. Let me let
So what I told her is when they have a foot wound like that, we don't usually pick them up so they heal it, and then I'll just let her decide whether it's bleeding or if it's going to come back. A lot of times they won't bleed it because you don't get a lot of
Real staticky.
uh-oh, Matt. It's back statically. All right, Matt, it's back. I'm sorry, you guys have to step away. Was it ever unstaticky? Oh man. Did anybody else come in while I was?
Not that I saw.
Okay.
I may be wrong, but we've got Sandy, we got Willow, Treasured Vintage, Pearl Nini. I already said Sandy Brown. Let's see. That's been it, sweetie. We got them. Matt's going to have to write and hold up signs, unfortunately, or get a new microphone.
Well, all right. Let's try it again.
Perfect. Yes.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Yes, I've known Angie
Yay.
for a long time. Treasured Vintage. I've known Angie for probably how long, Angie? Now, I met you on Periscope. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here at the chat.
And you know, Angie, when Matt said, "Well, can we talk offline?" and I was like, "I don't know this person."
2014. She's right. 2014.
Oh wow! So I asked. I think it was Derek, and Derek said, "Yeah. He's real. He's okay." So
Yeah, I'm not a guy that you're gonna turn the camera on and I'm gonna be doing some pornographic things or.
Well, that's good. I hate to have to hunt you down and smack you upside the head.
I know that's right. Of course, I probably could use it, but to my giveaway, I mentioned, and I just knocked a bunch of stuff over. I mentioned something. I'm gonna make this easy. I'm not gonna make it hard.
Go ahead.
I'll give my whole testimony and the whole rundown about who I am later because I'm very, as I told you, Darlene, I'm very comfortable on camera. I was on Periscope where I met Angie and I had over 10,000 followers, over 3 million hearts. So I'm very comfortable being on camera. And
you see who's on my Pixie baby?
so
Okay,
I mentioned something earlier
Uh-huh.
about it is impossible to one another. And I mentioned something about a number in the New Testament. And here's a little cheater. If you want to go back, scroll back up, look for a number, and you'll get it. I mentioned that it is impossible to do something one another in the New Testament.
All right, I'm scrolling. That's a
Darlene,
long
don't you say it because you're going to get one anyway.
Oh, okay. I see where you said about one another. And was it a Bible verse, Matt?
No, ma'am. It is. It's tied into a Bible verse,
Yeah.
but do you see that number?
I'm still scrolling.
I thought I put it in there.
As far back as mine will let me go is where you say, "Hey, style with Pat. Hope you're having a great morning."
Hold on. Let me go back. It's a ways back.
Cause see, somebody said it.
What was it? What's the number?
Willow said 59 times.
That's correct.
So
Yay,
Willow. Yay, Willow. So now explain it.
All right. You got to learn that it is impossible to one another. This is a writing I did myself. You got to learn it is impossible to one another yourself. It is impossible to one another in your heart. These one another commands require us to demonstrate the gospel with others. Consider this phrase. One another is mentioned 59 times in the New Testament. That's 59 times the writers of the New Testament give us command that we cannot obey without turning to our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ to demonstrate the character of God.
Amen. I like that.
So you're right. And Angie said that that's what they're doing in church about the one another's. And that's a good point.
Yes, Angie, Tony Evans, Horizontal Jesus and Church. That's a very good study. The one another. That is.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. But to my other one, my think. How many folks? Don't tell me how many folks we have in here. Sorry, I'm talking to myself. I talk to myself a lot, by the way.
Oh, I do. Too.
Welcome to my world.
The word think.
I love that one. I love the points. Okay, you guys listen now. Write it down.
You got to get your pens and papers ready.
Yep. This is a good one. This is a very good point.
I'll give y'all time and give me just a second. Let me go get my other stuff.
One day, me and Destiny, how long did we stay on? Me and Destiny was on private message with him, and oh my gosh, it was one thing after the other. And you know, Angie, you never know when somebody says, "Hey, can you come on?" You know, private. But so I had Destiny. He said, "Well, get somebody to come on with you." So it was me and Destiny and Matt, but he didn't have his camera at the time. But I wrote everything down, and I loved it. Made into a like leaving in a burger. Yes. And you know, I did not think about how many times one another was in the Bible. Okay, I gotta shut my okay. Okay, Willow. You guys, nothing's safe on my kitchen table hardly because now the puppy, her head can pop up.
Come on, fly to your cage. Go. Thank you. I hate to do this while Matt's not here. It's nothing against Matt, but let him know I need to run real quick, so I probably won't be back. I need to go change out the ice and take a pain med, otherwise I'm going to have a problem. So I love you all, and I will rewatch the balance of this, okay?
Love you. Go do
Love
what you have to
you.
do.
Nice meeting you, Matt. I have to go. Love you bunches, guys. See you later.
I'm sorry. Hey, Debbie,
Yes, sir.
your tip helped. I closed out YouTube
Yes, sir.
and it stopped it.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sweetie.
You're welcome, sweetheart. We'll see you guys later, okay?
Love
Bye-bye
you.
now. I love you. Bye.
Oh, and she's not leaving because of you. She's got some stuff she's got to do. And all right, go ahead. Tell them because I know what it is. Are you froze,
Okay.
Matt?
No, I'm not. All right, think. So you got to take every word, put it in parentheses, or every letter, excuse me. Think. T, put it in parentheses. Test every thought. Psalm 139, 23 through 24. It says, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts. Don't believe everything you think. Test every thought." H, in parentheses. Helmet. The word helmet. Your head, the helmet, as you say, it goes on your head. Ephesians 6:17. Take the helmet of salvation. I, imagine great thoughts. 2 Corinthians 10:5. Take every thought captive to obey Christ. Everything is possible to him and to those who believe. N, nourish. A godly mind, Psalm 119:15. I will meditate on your precepts and fix my eyes on your ways. Okay. Keep on learning. And this is the most important one. Keep on learning. That's 1 Timothy 4:15. Practice these things. Immerse yourself on them and in them so that all may see your progress. Do others see progress in your life?
I hope you guys wrote those down because I have looked at them.
And meditate on them. I mean, and I'm not, patting myself on the back for it, but when I came up with this, I was in a very dark place, and I was just searching, God, and I'll give more of my testimony later because I'm a police officer by trade. I've been in many things by trade, but my greatest accomplishment was a police officer because I helped a lot of people, and while I'm not proud of it, I am proud of it because I didn't know God at that time. I mean, I knew God, but I didn't know God the way I know God now. And I wished I did because I could have poured more into the people that I arrested or the more of the people that I encountered. And now I don't have that chance to go back because I broke my neck and but it's what I have to say is go ahead.
It's like what I said earlier. I would not trade my pain now
Right.
because in my infirmities, I've been able to connect. I'm sitting here today and getting to connect with other people. And that's because of, my health situation.
Right. And I totally agree with that because I don't know if I would trade. I can speak of one person in particular sitting in my back seat because I never forget a person I arrested. Because I have a photographic memory to an extent, but I don't know that I would trade the way I jumped in that ditch because the way I landed, but you can't do that. So I have to take the best hand that's dealt to me and give it to God for his glory. Because there's a reason he has me where I am. I may not agree with it, so I have to accept my yes with his no because he's saying no. I'm saying yes. I want to be a police officer so bad, and I was a police officer for 6, 8 years, and maybe that's all he had it in store for me was to do that and make the biggest impression that I could. And I got letters of accommodation from the sheriff of how I've handled crash scenes when a police officer lost his life on a motorcycle, to where the police officers, he was a lieutenant on the Memphis Police Department, and his wife asked me to lead the funeral just because of the way I handled the situation and the way I handled the crash scene. I mean, it's a very tough job, and it's a very underappreciated job. You couldn't pay me $6,000 a year to go play a police officer. You know how much I started out being a police officer at?
Probably minimum wage.
$11.93 an hour. Before taxes. $11.93 an hour.
See, that's the police officers going out every day, not knowing if they're gonna make it home. Which none of us know if we are, but
Right. But
you
see,
go out
I come from a line. Well, my mom was a police officer, She got injured in the line of duty, a Memphis police officer. She served for 22 years. And I mean, it's a hard job. And, you know, when you're in somebody's backyard looking for a prowler and God's not in you, you tell them, you know what? Well, just call your garbage man next time you have a prowler in your backyard. Because I'm out here for $11.93 an hour. It's not about the money. It's nothing. It's never is. Being a police officer is never about the money. It's about, well, with me, and when I lost my passion is because, I mean, I was okay after I jumped that ditch and I broke my neck, and you probably can't see it, but I had to be fused right through here. They had to go through. I was chasing a suspect and jumped a ditch. It would end up being a 10-foot ditch, and I landed on the back of my neck. And I was fine for a while, but then I just did one thing years later, and it basically just broke my neck.
Well, Matt, we have the same beauty mark then. Mine comes
Yes.
all the way across
Mine
here.
is right. Mine's right. Hold on. It's backwards.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's why I tell you, you have to reverse the images on the wood stuff that I was telling you about the tattoos, because I did one of my wife and her father. Had I not reversed the image, the tattoos would have been backwards. They'd have been on the reverse arms. So I'm not a tattoo artist by any means. I just can learn how to do things. But mine is right. I said it's, hold on, right through here. And I had my 6 and 7 done. They didn't want to do 4 and 5 when they were in there because the way I landed.
Yeah.
Now it has to be done, and I have all this nerve damage down.
Yeah.
See, down my left arm.
See,
and
I had to have C2 through C6 all taken out at one time, Matt.
Gosh.
Mm-hmm. And I still worked a few years, you know, after that. I had better mobility than I had before, but you know, now it's my lower. It's L4 and 5. It's L3, 2 and 3 pushing on stuff, and then L4 and 5 pushing in. So, but go ahead. I mean, I forget how good morning, Josie. I forget how I met you. I think it was on NASCAR.
It was probably on Derek's, because I met Derek through Garage Flips, through Lonnie, when he was on there, when he had a bunch of Hot Wheels and stuff.
And I met these great women. I met Josie and Angie. Oh my goodness. Back
That's a crazy small world that you know Angie.
September, October of last year, I think, Angie and Josie, when Casey started doing auctions with April, and they're and Cindy, those three are the first women that I met. And you know, they welcomed Casey into the jewelry world. They welcomed me in. And, you know, Angie was the first prayer jar. It was because of her that I do prayer jars now.
I had it on private chat. Sorry, I'm going to live comments. Yes, Willow. Yeah, God is right where He wants me to be, because He's teaching me so much now. And I'll go into a lot of.
How did you circle back around? I mean, it's so strange. See, God has His reasons, because I said today is a girl's thing, but then I let you on. And of all things, you see, God has His reasons, because you knew Traci. You knew Angie. And so, yeah, there's reasons. Good morning, Selena. So Matt, go ahead,
So,
because
so
you know what?
Angie, you didn't know that I was a police officer? I never really put it out there on Periscope. I kind of keep it to myself until I feel that God is leading me to let it out. Because a lot of people will shut down once they hear you're a police officer or something like that. They think, well, you're a narc. Well, yeah, I used to be undercover. I worked undercover for many years. I've bought plenty of dope off the streets. Especially in Memphis. I mean, Memphis are some dark streets. You see the worst of the worst, and you tend to think the worst of the worst. But I'm one of the lucky ones that come out on the other side being shot. Um, I was grazed by a bullet on the back of my spine, jumped a ditch, broke my neck, and still kept on running. But I'm very fortunate to be able to see God on this side, and not to where I was going. Um, you know, I remember one time standing in a crack house and with a gun to my head, and he said, "What if I blow your brains out?" And I said, "Well, I'll just go meet my maker."
Yeah, I mean, and I
I
mean,
mean, it's a tough job. Um, like I said, you couldn't pay me six figures now to go do that job with the cameras that are on you. You can't do your job. I mean, and don't get me wrong here. If somebody needs to be roughed up, they're not obeying, they're not commanding. They need their, whipped to get in handcuffs for them to comply. You have to do that, but everything is taken out of context. A police officer cannot do their job nowadays, and there are those bad deeds, those bad folks that want to use it for the power of the gun and the badge. And I
I've
mean,
some of those.
for $11.93 an hour, I wasn't doing it for a badge and a gun. I was doing it for the passion.
Yeah. Well, it's the same way, Matt, with daycare. Um, I wasn't making. I was home and I had in-home daycare, and it wasn't making a lot of money. I did it because I loved the kids. Okay, Matt will be right back. Selena, how are you, babe? How are you doing, Selena? Look, I jump in some of your videos sometimes. I might not always leave a comment, and the same with each of you guys. But I always thumbs up, I always give thumbs up, because what does it hurt to, if you got a minute, to go in somebody's what they're doing and give them a thumbs up and encouragement. Now I'm trying more to comment. I was stuck. Okay, let me go scroll down. Okay, Willow, I didn't know that. See, here I am. It doesn't scroll down. The thing doesn't do on its own. So Willow grew up. She grew up around first responders. Okay. Okay. Um, and Selena's another one. Selena Pearlnini.
Yeah, I'm reading Selena's right now. My daddy was a police officer. He told stories that, yeah, a lot of those stories I leave out. Um, I mean, I can tell you about being in a crack house undercover. When I got shot, I didn't know if I was going to make it. I mean, to spend 26 hours in a crack house, all
I'm.
because it wasn't that money. 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 It was It's trying to provide a better America for everybody else.
And you know, everybody that's on drugs, it's somebody's son, it's somebody's daughter, it's somebody's grandchild. Um, I never thought that I would be on this side of, because you know, of how I raised my children. So you get this thought in your head, well, that will never be my child, and you know, my child, because I raised my child like this. Well, guess what? Other people raise their children.
I tell you, if you don't want to believe me, I locked up my own cousin.
I believe it. I mean,
I locked up my own cousin for murder.
you,
Go read it, Blake Neighbors, and I'll put his name out there. Blake Neighbors, Memphis, Tennessee, or Bartlett, Tennessee. What he did is he sold some opiates laced with fentanyl, and it killed a couple people. And he was doing great, got his life together, doing all this stuff. Well, the DA brought it back, and I had to go pick him up. So
that type of stuff has touched my life recently, Matt, and it's, you know, you said it's dark streets that you travel.
man, it's some dark streets.
Well,
It's some very dark streets.
that can be, you know, taken another way too. I have a very close family member that is traveling those dark streets, and their soul right now, I'm having to pray, you know, and I'm praying, and
What do they do for a living?
This person is not able to work. A surgery left them.
So they're having to get money by, I'm gonna guess, by stealing or pawning, trading.
I don't even like think it's a place. It's too close to home for me
Give
now.
them hey, look, I'm gonna give you my number offline. Well, I don't mind. I'll give it to you right here.
Well, I mean, you could message it to me.
Here, I'll give it to you right here. If they blow my phone up, they do it. If they need it, it's
Well,
area code.
let me. All right.
And anybody else that needs my phone number, take it down.
Look, you have two great people vouching for you.
Who do I have vouching for me? I got, I know.
Angie, and you
Uh-huh.
got NASCARman. So you got
Okay. 901.
So, oh, you're gonna. Okay, what is it? 901.
Here, hold on. How do I type in the chat? I don't see where I can. I don't see. It's 901 691 7300.
Okay.
901 691 7300. It looks like a spam number, but it's not. I didn't think about that when I got that number, the 7300. I'm like, people aren't going to answer this. But anybody that has a troubled teen, a troubled adult, troubled whatever, please utilize my number, because I work undercover long enough. I see what it does to families. I don't like to talk about a lot of it, but the more you share with me, the more I'll share with you. So if you need it, if you have a trouble, even yourself, if you need somebody to talk to about addiction, because I have found alternative ways to come off the opiates with my broken neck.
I ended up one time. I was so distraught about my daughter who she was dating. And we had some friends we met because my cousin did tattoos, and it just happened to be with the drug task force. But I called him crying. I said, what do I do? What do I do? And he said, there's nothing you can do. It's a decision. If your child's grown, it's a decision they have to make. He said, we go in. He said, we go in some of the worst conditions.
Yes, we do. And that's what I was on. I was on the I-40 drug interdiction.
And he said, we have went in meth houses, children crawling around in the floor. And he said, take all the grown-ups, take all the adults in. The next day, they'd give those kids back to them, and they'd be right
Yes,
back.
they do.
And so, my heart's breaking. My son's heart's breaking. It's to the point that, my puppy licked my tears, and she nudged my face, and it's like, Mama, stop being sad. And when it hits that close to home, and you lose contact, Willow,
Hey,
it's
Willow,
it's not that you're waiting for him to be put in jail. Jail is a better option, but when you're waiting, every time the phone rings and you don't know if that phone call or somebody's going to knock on your door
be
and
the last one.
that your loved one's dead. I mean,
And I've had to deliver that message, and that one always sucks.
so
Because, I'm very tender-hearted. Very tender-hearted. I can put on a good front because I have to. But, it sucks delivering that last message. Because that's the last thing that resonates in their head. And
my son had a very good friend. He
hold on one second before you start,
yeah,
Darlene.
go ahead.
Willow, is mine? Do I need to expand my screen, or? I see set your screen to default mode on the bottom
Just
of your
talking
video.
about to be able to chat.
Oh, okay. It was just in private screen. Okay, I got it.
But my son, I didn't know at the very beginning why he had two friends camped out on the floor in his room. But I'm like, hey, I trust his judgment because Casey ain't gonna just let anybody in the house. But that person, he had been in jail, and when he come out, he had to have a place to stay. Casey knew him from his first job, my son's first job. Our family just took to him. He was troubled, but his personality, it was meant for him to be here at that time in his life, because he and I would sit out. He didn't believe in anything, and he and I would sit outside, and I talked just like I'm talking to you guys now, and I shared what my beliefs. And the streets of Columbus, Georgia, there's some pretty dark streets there as well. Any big city. And he was beat to death, and he wasn't a big guy. He was beat to death in a area he shouldn't have been, doing what he shouldn't have done. But he was confirmed. Oh, when people hear voices, but he didn't hear voices.
Paranoid, schizophrenic,
He was
bipolar,
schizophrenic, and not medicated. He would drink to self-medicate, but he would just go off the deep end. But he didn't do it here. When he started feeling like that, he up and left. But it hurt. It left a hole when he died, knowing the way he died. But my son was like, well, Mom, he didn't believe in God, so he's not. I said, son, I got to witness to him. We don't know what his last thoughts were. We don't know when he left here. And he went into rehab a couple times. We don't know, Casey, what his last thoughts were. And I don't think God holds it against the person that is mentally ill
No, he
to
does not.
that point.
He
To
says it. He says it very distinctly in his words. The sound mind. And when he says the sound mind, he's speaking to you and I that are sitting here talking to each other right now, that we're interpreting and knowing what each other are saying. It's just like a child, because a child doesn't have a sound mind, because a child doesn't have that decision to make. He's not going to punish his children just as well as he's not going to punish the mentally ill that may have been born with it all their life.
Yeah.
It may have been something they developed later on or all their life. He's not going to punish them.
And we talk about all different types of mental diseases, bipolar, depression, and all this kind of stuff. But I've suffered with that, so
I have too
I
recently.
can relate. That, and Matt, that's something that brought you to my channel and had you stay on for some reason, keep coming back to my channel, because there's something that we relate in one another. Ah, Selena.
Mm.
Oh no.
Gosh.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Selena and OG.
OG.
Oh no, Selena, no.
OG. I've seen somebody overdose twice. And overdose is when they, I've seen it up close and personal. Never thought I would.
I think this is probably a perfect time to share this then. When we are restored by a person who knows what he is doing, we will be restored in such a way that nobody ever knew we were broken.
And that's what I have to stand on. And my friend told me yesterday, she said, it's not your fault. And she said, don't hold that you done something wrong. But it's hard. It's hard when it's your child. I'll just say that.
Right. It is.
And I never thought that in my lifetime that I would see, or that I would have to fear every day, that I won't get to have a last say with my child, because I don't even know where they're at. I don't know where they're at. I don't know what they're doing. And I'm here. I've had people reach out to me and they call me mom, Pixie, and there's another one. And I told Destiny one day, I'm very careful. I said, Destiny, you talk to me and you say I help you.
Right.
But I said,
I'll be right back.
yeah.
I'm listening.
Yeah. I said, but it's hard that I can't help. I feel like a hypocrite because I can't help my own. That's the hardest thing in the world to not. I'm a fixer, you guys. I'm a hugger to my kids and my grandkids. I'm a hugger. I'll fix it if I can. I'll fight the fight with you. I'll stand beside you. And but there's times, you guys, that God he'll tell you stand back. And I wouldn't have never thought, God would tell me, stand back, mama. It's not for you to fix. Sometimes God tells you to stand back because a person has to come to them on their own. Sometimes a hug and a prayer is what God wants us to do. But I have found out recently that sometimes God will push us away. My sister lost Willow, my sister lost her son. And he a young adult, and he's no longer with us. And she's the strongest woman I ever have met in my life. It's my is my middle sister. And I love the shirts that Be the Difference Clothing has. It says, the shirt that says addiction kills the family. And I told her, when I get the money, I am going to get one of those shirts. And I asked my sister when we had a reunion recently, I said, how do you prepare yourself? I said, how did you prepare yourself when, you get the call that your child is gone? And she looked at me, she said,
You can't.
Darlene, you can think that you're prepared. You can think you know what's going to happen until
It happens.
it happens. And I'm like, me and my two sisters, we didn't go down those paths. We didn't do the drugs. We taught our kids all the right things. And I don't understand. Some people, I think, when the doctor puts them on opiates, I
Yes.
think it hits somebody hard.
Mm-hmm.
It
It hit
doesn't.
me hard.
It doesn't mean the chemical makeup of me. There's nothing medications I take that of course there's some, if I don't take them, I'm gonna hurt because of neuropathy. But there's a difference. People chasing opiates, people, um, I've seen it, and it's awful.
I have too, because I've been one myself.
But you come out on the other side, and I keep being told not to lose faith.
Don't do that. Do not lose faith. But the thing is, the way and I found to overcome it was, one, I found this Plexus stuff, and I'm not trying to sell anybody anything, so I'm not going to give anything out. This thing that Plexus offers, I'm not even going to give anything out. I'm just going to say Plexus Nerve. Plexus Nerve has really helped me out from gabapentin, from opiates. If you want to find out more, message me. But I don't want you to do that, because that has helped me out tremendously. But the other thing is, you have to be ready. You have to be and everybody's rock bottom is different. When I hit rock bottom, to where I was tired of living this life of, you know, of opiates, drinking this, that, the other. Hold on. I had to find it my own way. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, I come out on top with a plethora of knowledge, and you can't just say, well, I just met Matt, and, you know, he did this, he did that. No, everybody's different.
Yeah. But I would think rock bottom would be. Mm-mm.
Everybody's rock bottom is totally different.
And see, I would have thought rock bottom would have been, you know, my grandkids have been split up. One's in Florida and one is up here. And you know, I cleaned off my mantle, and there's the pictures of my grandbabies. And when my granddaughter was real little, and she's pointing her finger, and my grandson, he is 10 years older than her, she's touching his nose, and my daughter did a pretty thing across it, said, in the end, all we have is each other. And I was that picture, because they're not together, and it's all due to
Yeah.
what's out there, and it destroys the families. No,
So your daughter is here or your daughter's there?
no, she's here. The dads have them, and I never would have thought I would ever have seen the day. But they're both okay. The grandkids are okay, and I have to, you know, I have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I can hear the pain in your heart. I mean, you want to see those kids.
But you know, there were times if she got upset with me, I'd go 6 months without seeing them. But my granddaughter in Florida, her parents are from up here, her dad. So he has a daughter up here, and he promised me once everything's settled that he'll bring her. She'll be able to spend a weekend when he comes up. And something happened. I don't know what happened when my daughter had her surgery. I don't know how long. They said the doctor told me they lost her, that they lost her on the table. How long? You know, a simple gallbladder was hours. They never told me how long she went. And she's not been the same since. So, you know, I just never thought.
Well, my grandmother, God rest her soul, was paralyzed from gallbladder surgery.
How?
She went in for to put a cath around her aneurysm around her heart, and in the process, her gallbladder ruptured. And in the process, they had to repair that. It left her paralyzed from the waist down.
Well, the doctor sliced into her aorta, and he said she bled out on the table. And you know, he come out to tell me that it was in Anniston, which is, oh my goodness, that is like an hour drive. And so,
Anniston is?
huh?
Anniston?
Yeah, from where I
I
live.
know exactly where Anniston is.
Well, that's the hospital that did her bariatric and then did her gallbladder.
And you're in?
We're in Lynette Valley. It's right. Used to could walk to the river that separates Georgia from Alabama. And I used to could walk it like in 5 minutes. I can't now at the end of my road, like into the woods.
Right.
But she done her bariatric surgery there, and back and forth I was having to take her because she was sick. They should have done her gallbladder surgery then. They knew what was wrong. Then the same doctor cut into her aorta and come in the room, and I told my husband, no, it's a simple gallbladder. I don't need, we'll be fine. We'll be coming home. You know, it's outpatient. And there I was, just me and her, and the doctor come in the room and got me in a private room and told me, he said, he said, I accidentally cut into her aorta and she bled out. And I'm sitting there just looking at him. He said it took 12 of our best to bring her back. This doctor has my baby, and you know what? It don't matter. It does not matter how old your children get. But he had, and this is graphic, and I'm sorry, but he had pieces of my child on his shoes. And that's what I focused. I was in shock. That's what I focused on. And it's hard for me once I tear up to see chat. That is what I'll hold in my head, is I'm looking at his shoes, and he said, oh, I'm so sorry. And he put his feet like under the thing and you know, they let me back there to see her before they really finished with her, because I know they didn't think she'd make it. And I have cried out. I've cried out and asked God why, you know, why he brought her back. I've told her she has a purpose for her life and she's got to do something with it. I don't know what her story will be. So, Matt, one day she could, I always think the worst because I'm a worrier. But if I think positive and keep praying, what kind of testimony could she have when she comes out on the other side? That's what I need to think. That's the things, you guys, that I need to think in my mind instead of the other. I'm reading the chat. Okay. Oh, look. Oh, Matt, you're hissing again. Okay, there you go. So see, Willow, you went through the same thing. See, and Matt, it was just,
My
I'm
little
looking
Yorkie
through
Mina.
these, I'm looking through all these. Does your baby give you comfort?
Yes, ma'am. I know you want to go outside, don't you?
You know, I love, she does crafts, and how I found her. I think either that or on Be the Difference clothing. But I do art, and art is therapy for me. And we started that because Derek used to go to his art therapy as part of his, rehabilitation with everything that he has. And so we started doing that. But, it takes to find our mind to go somewhere else. I've always said you don't want to take so much medicine that you don't have feelings, because God wants us to, he wants us to have feelings. How sad would it be if we didn't care about other people? I know there's people out there like that, but how sad would it be? Willow, my aunt told me, because my aunt's creative, and I told her, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to paint. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this or that. She said antidepressants will hinder your creative process.
Yes, they will.
Yeah. Angie, you know how much I love my youngins and my grandkids. I mean, but my creative, just to make something like this was so much fun. Just a little thing, just so much fun. And doing God jars and just sitting there. But I did. I came off one of the antidepressants and one of the cancer medicines for my RA. I told them it's making me sick. It's making me sick, so I come off of it. I said I don't need to take a antidepressant during the day. I said my son reads the Bible. I said I don't need something like that. And I read my doctor report, and she said, patient came off 2 medications, said they made her sick, and she's very spiritual. And so, I wasn't, I didn't put on airs, that's how we say it. But I just told her, I said, my son started reading the Bible, and that brought me out of my depression. So I'm not crying during the day, well, except just a few minutes ago. But you guys, this is my therapy, and anybody that comes here, this is your therapy too. And a lot of happy people are depressed deep down inside. And, people can make the world laugh and be so sad. And, I think of Robin Williams. He committed suicide, but he made so many people laugh. And so we never know. There's the song Tears of a Clown. That song, if you ever, I know some of you guys are a lot younger, but if you go and Google Tears of a Clown and listen to the words of it, it's pretty much letting you know that the people that sometimes are the happiest can be the be hurting inside. And Traci was so hurt today. She was hurting so bad, and she came on and sung to you guys, and she is awesome. I'm reading OG. Yeah, Willow. And yet like yesterday, like I said before anybody was on, and just us laughing, and I know a lot of times it don't look like I'm in pain. Some of you know, um, but I can see on Tracy's face, and I can tell on Derek's face, because sometimes I'll send him a message and said, I'll ask him, is he okay? Because I could tell, he needed to start resting more. But we get on here and you find people to laugh with, you find people to share with. And Matt, I am glad that you come on and that I did, somebody else had the feeling that God wanted you in the place where you're at right now.
Right.
And we have so many people out there that I'm looking, I'm looking at, they're going through the same thing.
Right.
And I'm not the first person to go through this. And my goodness, I just never thought I would be one of the people. And I'm not saying people that have went through this, that they're bad people. I'm just saying you never know what you're going to go through until you're going through it yourself.
Exactly.
And Matt, I mean, I don't think you ever thought at such a young age that you were going to be disabled.
No, that's what my attorney told the judge. He said, Your Honor, with all due respect, he said, I don't see a 36-year-old guy waking up and saying, hey, I want to be disabled for the rest of his life. Because, I mean, there's some mornings I can't even walk when I get out of bed.
Yep. Well, my orthopedic doctor did my shoulder when he told me, when you can't stand your back anymore, come to me. I don't do spines, but I can refer you. So I went to him. I said, okay, I'm at that point. And when he looked at my, he looked at my x-ray, but then when he sent for the MRI, he come in, he said, so I have to guess you have to roll out of bed, don't you, in the mornings?
Yeah.
I said, yes. I said, it's funny you mention it. Yes, and that my bed's close enough to the wall. And I said, I will have to kind of roll. I have to ease my back up. Sometimes, you guys, I have to do like a mime. I have to walk up my wall to stand up straight and take a minute. And the first step will hurt so bad. The second step hurts even worse. And then I keep going till I get in the kitchen. And I try not to get back in my bed, or else I just, and Matt, I'm sure I ain't got to explain it to you. And there's all of you guys out there do too. And my doctors, I'm fighting for mine. I was taken out of work by doctors, and then the courts said you can't go back to your last two jobs, but there should be something you can do. And there's not. I mean, I do bills, but I'm not being paid for it. Matt, you're sizzling. Still okay. And yeah, I've been sitting here but I have gotten up and let the doctor in, and I have gotten up out of the chair. But if I was working somewhere, they don't want you to get up. They want you to have to sit in that chair 8 hours a day, and
They want you sedentary.
huh?
They want you sedentary.
I still didn't understand you.
Sedentary, staying seated.
Oh, yeah. Angie, thank you. Thank you, Angie, for coming. I'll be doing a actual interview type thing with Matt, but it might be next Thursday. And I'll send you and let you know, Angie, and maybe hey, Darlene's back. All right, Darlene, we've got Memphis Matt on. And then you can have your thoughts together and know what you're going to talk about. But today I have found some of the best things are, I call them being shot from the hip, and just go with what you feel. And but yeah, Matt, I'll be able to talk more in depth
Yeah,
to you.
we'll do that.
But
Well, I'm gonna let you get off here.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's very, very nice to put a face with the voice.
Oh, absolutely.
And
We don't have any Tylenol or
and I guess we need to go to the store, because we have no just basic Tylenol or Advil in our house. But you guys all have a blessed day. You guys, lift each other up. Lift each other up. And, today's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Those at work, today is their in the middle. And you guys show love and support. Go to other channels. Go to other channels and check out channels. If somebody's crafting, Selena does crafting. I love to watch her do that. OG has some beautiful things she does. So go to the other ones and sub to each other, and encourage each other, because I'm going to tell you, if my Traci could come on this morning, come on live, and you guys hurting as bad as she was, that's what gets me up in the mornings to do this. And I love each and every one of you. And I will be, me and Matt, we will be collaborating on a good in-depth interview. And I think that we'll find out about that, Cheryl. I'll find out. You don't love me more, Darlene. I loved you first. But I'm going to try to check on a couple of people, make sure, everybody's okay. Oh, I do have a question. You will, OG. You'll see him Monday through Friday. And Willow, he gave his phone number, so you can call him. I mean, like I said, he's a real um hey there, BB. April. Okay, Willow, let me know if you have a pen and pencil to write it, or a pen or pencil to write his number down. Let me know when you're ready, and I'll just tell you. Yeah, he did, because I was about to shut down. But Willow, let me know, and I'll give you. I'll tell you his phone number if you. Okay, 901 691 7300. I'll do that, CC. All right. Did you get it, Willow? All right, you guys. I will be here in the morning. Tomorrow's Thursday. I don't have anything, planned, but I'll be here 8:30 in the morning. So far, nobody has doctor appointments or anything like that. Okay. I mean, he gave it, over the air and said anybody. I take it that he is very open and, willing to talk. Okay. But he'll probably get in touch with me, for address, and then if you guys can send him a message. But it seemed good for have the oldies on here. April, first person in Porch Church with me and Casey, and then having Angie and Joe and Selena, and you guys, I love you all, and I'm super tired and my back hurts. But I love you guys. I'll see you in the morning. Bye, you guys. Darlene, I'm gonna end it real quick because I'm gonna say, loved you first, love you more.